phone.
Save me shirt. Oh, sorry, I can't do that, bro.
You gotta
Live
save
right
yourself.
now. I'm live right now. What up, anime heads? It is the Eat the Cake crew coming to you um, with a pretty exciting episode. Uh, Jackie has jumped in here before we went live, and she was like, "I'm so stoked for this thing," and I am too. So, uh, normally, what we do is we break down a kind of a property. We talk about the manga, the creator, their inspiration. We talk about the anime. We talk about the studio. We talk about the opening, the music, all of that stuff. And then at the end, we say, come, there's a couple shows we think you should check out. This episode, we're not getting into that because what we decided to do is talk about our top 5 favorite anime openings. So far, this is a fluid list. I know mine is. It changes depending on my mood, but the show deadline was coming up. I had to make a choice. I selected 5. I'm happy with them, but they can move varying on how I'm feeling for today. So it was harder than it. I don't know for you guys, but for me, like I was just like, oh, top 5. We were joking about it last show, but when I sat down and tried to think about it, I'm like, shit, I got to get rid of this one out of here because I don't have room to put this in here. So, um, I think my 5 is pretty solid. What about you, Jackie?
This was really hard. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Would it? I was talking to somebody at work. He's one of my anime buddies, and I was just like, "Yeah, so I got this show, and we're talking about top 5." He's like, "What? Let me." And he made it sound like he had it, like, "Oh, you gotta have this." And then he went to his desk, and then he came back. He was like, "You know what? This is harder than I thought."
Yeah.
I was like, "What if I told you you have 10? Would that be easier?" He's like, "Now that I think of it, no." Because I guess it just depends on how long you've been watching anime. Because now you have a collection of openings in your head, and you're like, I never thought of having to rank them.
It also, I think it depends too on the period. Like if you go really old school stuff, they had less. I mean, they didn't emphasize the intros and stuff as much. They still have music and stuff, but it wasn't like today. I mean, like we were discussing before, they had different music for openings, closings, different ones for each episode. They've really gotten to where they're merging the popularity of the music, with the popularity of the actual show, where it's not just like, because I mean, seriously, we've all watched Dragon Ball Z. It's not one of the most, gripping.
That didn't make your list.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to jam out to that when I was a kid. That was that. Don't even get me started on Digimon. Okay.
Oh, Digimon. I can concur with that. And I was not a kid. I was a grown ass man watching. I was like, this is pretty dope, man. Why don't Digimon get any props? It's all Pokemon. I love Digimon.
Yeah, I think what's tough too is like I was on my like J-pop playlist that I have, and I was like, yeah, these are like my top 20 that I always run back and forth, and some of them are not even like openings, some of them are regular songs, and I realized that a lot of those openings were on shows that I haven't seen in a really long time.
Oh, okay.
So shows that I watch now, and I rave about all these openings now, modern. I didn't realize that the ones I run the most are actually from older shows, and I think that's what was hard. Because I'm like, what do I talk about? Do I talk about what everyone else is watching right now, or some of the openings that were back in like 90s, early 2000s that I still play to this day?
Yeah, they
And
stick with you because they hold that nostalgia and stuff.
Yeah, so I would actually argue that I don't I think I do have like a top 3 that I could consistently play all the time, but I think this time I chose a different what am I feeling right now kind of top 5, and what do I want people to know? Because it has a little bit of nostalgia, but then it has a little bit of hey, if you like this song, uh also go watch. Oh.
Yeah.
It was hard though. It was really, really hard, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't.
So much.
This is difficult. I wanted to talk about so much. I'm like, oh my god.
All right, but like I said, everybody put in their due diligence, and we'll talk about our openings. and then we'll also kind of introduce you to the bands a little bit and give you a little bit more info on the bands and the artists behind these openings. So hopefully you guys will want to check them out. With that being said, once we're done live, when I do the description and put the video out, I'll make sure to put a YouTube link to everybody's opening so you guys can go check it out fully, because during the live, we're not going to be able to play the full openings because, copyrights and stuff, and we don't need half
Copyright, don't copy me.
Right. Yeah, we don't need half of Japan running over here and trying to shut down our little show before it gets to where we want it to get to. So that, and I'll be making a Spotify playlist with all of the songs as well, so you can hear the full song instead of just the probably the 90 seconds of the opening. But with that being said, we got Jen in the comments, we got Black in the comments. They will be dropping their 5 if they have them. No pressure to anybody watching to drop 5, but if you have them, would like to hear it. So we'll go ahead and play the intro, and then hold on, wait. Okay, I thought I deleted it, but we're here. Play the intro, and then we shall get into these amazing songs we got. The following is a presentation of the Dat Villain Podcast Network, reminding you to always question the answers. Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll wait.
You'll wait? Okay. I'll
Oh yeah.
As we normally do.
As always, tradition. Can't break it.
A nice little shot to get the show started officially. And
Smoke it bitte.
here's to a great time with some great peoples. Cheers.
Not me, Zach. Cheers. Come pie.
Ooh, was it bedtime for you? Hold on, I got dad duties. Come here.
Aw.
See you tomorrow.
Here you go, Jay. What up?
All right. So my number 5, you may have heard it. It is an opening to a I would want to say a popular anime. I think the intro is more popular than the anime itself. So for my number 5, I'm going with Bling Bang Bang Born from Creepy Nuts. People are like, why do you have this at number 5 with as many streams as it has, as popular as it has, dance trends, people doing the dance from the intro? Why is it at number 5? And I will say I put it there because how it's recent. It was the new thing. Do I think it's going to stand the test of time? Yes, but seniority for these other songs on my list. So no offense to Creepy Nuts, amazing band. But let me bring up, and we'll play a little bit of it for you. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows the rhythm, knows all of that good stuff. Ooh, add to stage. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear it, but we'll play a little bit of the opening. such a dope song. But about the artists, they are pretty much the it crowd that's working right now in anime. So Creepy Nuts, Japanese hip hop duo formed in 2013, consisting of rapper Arshitai and DJ Matsunaga. Um, the duo is known for its unique blend of rap, jazz, hip hop, as well as their clever lyrics and engaging performances. Gained significant popularity not only in Japan but internationally thanks to their dynamic sound and charismatic rapport between the members. And obviously, this song here kind of put them on the map over here in America when it comes to that. Very few people were really listening to them when they were over there in Japan. They also, this may come up in somebody else's list, but they are known for dropping the opening for probably one of the hottest animes out right now, which is Dan. I'm pretty sure if you follow any kind of anime influencer, video channel, anything, somebody has probably already did a review talking about how amazing that show is. So that is pretty much an overview. Now their members, I want to say, they by themselves were already established in the culture. So Arshite, he kind of won, not kind of, he did win Japan's kind of top MC battle, the UMB Grand Championship 3 times in a row from 2012 to 2014. Then he kind of started doing features and started his actual commercial music career. DJ Matsunaga won the DMC World DJ Championship in 2019 and performed at the closing ceremonies of the Summer Olympics they just had there in 2021. So very successful. And it's one of those things where if you watch the rap battles with Arshite, like he is very grimy. He can get very, obviously I don't know Japanese, but thanks to you two for throwing the subtitles up there. You're like, this dude is his wordplay, how he can change his flows, his rhythms and everything. And you'll notice it when you listen to, Bling Bang Bang Born or the opening for Dan there. So you can kind of, he reminds me of, I don't know who I would compare him to, being able to kind of like, this may sound blasphemous, but like a Kendrick Lamar, how he can change, like, depending on the melody he needs to go to, change his flow, change his wordplay and things like that. And DJ Matsunaga, just not only as a DJ with turntables and stuff, but as a producer, being able to come up with the funky kind of beats that they use. They also did the opening for an anime called Call of the Night. That's more of a jazzy, laid back tune, but the lyrics, every time they do a lyrics, like for this one here, Bling Bang Bang Born, it's more of a kind of a braggadocious, hey, look at me, you guys are using magic, I'm using my might, I'm flashy, I gotta, when you listen to the full song. So it's a dope song. So very popular song. I know everybody kind of knows it. I'm sorry if you're upset that it's at number 5, but when you think about all the openings and the history of anime,
yeah,
for it to be number 5 on somebody's list, I think that's a nice little shout out. What you got? You dig
what our
it?
number 5 is, or what we think about your number 5?
What do you think about number 5? Do you think it's ranked right? Do you think I discredited it by having it at 5? Thoughts?
I don't think you discredited it at all. But tough, because I really like that opening as well, so much, and I really love
So,
Creepy Nuts.
behind the scenes, I was like, if somebody calls something, you're not allowed to have it on your list, right? So if I had not claimed this one, Jackie, would this have made your top 5?
No.
No. Yes or no?
No.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Well, I just didn't. I think that you putting it at 5 was good because it's kind of a early experience for Creepy Nuts as far as coming into the game. So it gives people a experience to go check them out early on. As like you said, their popularity is exploding in as far as intros right now with Dan. So it has that same kind of vibe where it's very I don't know, like it just brings this high energy to it all, and it matches what you're feel for the show, I guess, in a way. So yeah, I could see it holding 5.
One thing that I like modern animes and what they're doing with some music lately is before it was just always like a J-pop, maybe J-rock kind of opening, and they've been expanding a lot more with their uh, genres.
Yeah.
And so they're adding more rap or English even intros to Japanese anime, or it's like indie kind of pop or jazzy, and it's really cool. And I think the funnest part is when it's like a, I don't want to say silly because it is kind of a fun song and like silly song, if you will.
Hmm.
How well the artists and even like the animation studios and who's creating the anime, how they're able to choose like the correct music that fits the tone of the show, and how the artists, because some of the songs, I think that's a single of his. I don't think that's on his album. Um, I
Which
don't
was
know if
Bling
he
Bang Bang
like,
Boom.
yeah, I don't know if he actually created an album and this was just a song that was
No,
used.
it's a single. It's not on
Yeah.
any of the albums. Yeah.
Yeah, so they like create the single for that. So the way that they're able to do that, I think, is really cool that these artists are able to like figure out what the theme and the tones are of of the show, and then able to like create a song that like matches it
Yeah.
perfectly. And just like the silly movements and all the visuals and colors in the opening, I think is really sick. And it's very like, what is this show about? I want to watch
Yeah,
this.
it draws you. It's like you make it piques your interest and
Yeah.
the way that it comes out.
Yeah, I like Creepy Nuts. I think he's very like when you have the new and upcoming artists that are kind of coming into the new age, if you will. He fits the bill like really well. Both of them do,
Yeah.
and uh, they're really capturing artists a lot. I really like their sound. I think they're really fun to listen.
Yep. And shout out to Studio Bind who animates that, and obviously they animated the opening. So being able to blend the animation to the song, because I think the song they make the song first, and then the animation company's like, let's do something fun that kind of plays
Oh, that's
along. Or
cool. I didn't know that.
yep. So yep, that's my number 5. All right, who's next?
I guess I'll go next. My number 5 is Kiri by Monorail, which was the intro for Ergo Proxy. Um, they are a duo of guys. I'm trying not to butcher names here, but Anis Shimida does the vocals and guitar, and Ali Morizuma does the bass guitar and keyboards. And together, they had music that they were putting out under Monorail, which is a J-rock group, primarily from 1999 to 2017, with a pause in between. But this was their kind of one uh, notable hit that kind of gave them some recognition. Um, the reason I liked it was I checked out Ergo Proxy a long time ago, and I felt that as far as music intros go, I try to stick to, or I like the ones like we were just like Willie had mentioned and Jackie had backed up as well, where the song kind of conveys an emotion or something about the show. It brings the feel of the show out,
Uh-huh.
kind of like, I don't know, like getting you ready or into the feel of the show as it's coming out. And I felt this did really good. It fit the time period. As far as like alt rock in that period, it just gave that feel to it with it. Um,
You mind if I play a little bit of it? So
oh, absolutely.
well, it reminds me of not grunge, but like
Yes.
like
Yeah.
like a
Definitely,
Radiohead, like a Weezer,
yeah.
kind of chill vibe.
Yeah, like
It,
but like a
the visuals.
dark alt rock kind of deal. Like apparently this song has tone, it's the song is basically like about, I felt it was very haunting when you're watching a show, but of course I didn't really read into it at the time. But it's a beautiful song. It's about a deep, like, complete love, and that's why some people theorize that it's a savior based love, like someone with religious overtones. As far as like Kiri is like short for, I don't want to butcher it, but it's the way in which the Japanese um Kirisuto, which means Jesus, it's like Christ.
Oh,
So short for a savior, the love of your savior being expressed, because it's like a deep, complete love. It's like that love gives the person more understanding and meaning of their existence. So um it goes well along with the whole series. Um but also I felt like that vibe, that dark alt rock kind of vibe that comes across, little it definitely to me fit the time period and so forth. So with stuff that was popular here, stuff you
mhm.
would hear on the radio back in 05, 06 here, it felt like they carried that over with the vibe of the intro for that song, and it played well with the whole series.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one, but it's one of those songs where like you look at the visual and you hear the song, you can already tell it's like an emotional anime. I would assume
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, but um, I
like a
like it
mission
because
drama. Yeah,
it's a nice change up than your upbeat, you know, drums and all that other stuff. Just a laid back. So I think Attack on Titan has done that as well. Like their first three openings were just like fucking hyped up, and then they went to like this slower one for their fourth opening. People are like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? Like, this isn't what I'm used to." But then you see how the show starts changing
yeah,
from
it
amped up
brings
stuff
in
to
exactly.
stuff
Yeah,
emotional behind it, and you're just like, "Well, that's cool." So I love it, like you said, when the song matches the tone of what you're about to watch.
yeah, perfect. That's a great example. The whole
Yeah,
Attack on Titan, it really reflects a feeling, and
yeah,
you wouldn't know it when you first feel the change in that, but then suddenly you're like, emotion is playing a huge part as it goes on. So
yeah. All right, Jackie, you're up.
Okay, my number 5 that I picked.
Uh-huh.
Uh, some people might have watched it, some people haven't. I think it's super underrated anime, so if you haven't watched it, you should. But it is opening one of two openings of the anime Dororo that was first aired on Amazon Prime. I think that's the only place that you can find it, and I don't even think it's on Amazon Prime anymore. Because I tried to find it again and I couldn't. But it might be. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's called Kaen, and the band is called Queen Bee. They're also known as Ziyuvachi, is what Queen Bee is known as. Um,
Mhm.
Kaen, like I think it's like most anime openings, it's just a single. It doesn't really come from an album. But I did find like some more well-known bands. It'll be an album that a song's chosen from.
Mhm.
I really like it though. The opening style is like an old style painting with the colors, and really the notable colors is going to be like reds, oranges, and yellows, and that's very apparent through the series itself. There's a lot of symbolism throughout the series. I'll let it play though. 'Cause it's so good.
I was
This
I
is
was I was fighting. I was like, how like, I love this one too. But go ahead. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, it's a really good song. The band is sounds really interesting too. If you actually listen to the whole song, there's a second bridge to it that's like a lot more different, and like the two singers are going like back and forth, kind of like they're almost like arguing, which kind of makes sense because the main protagonist, his name is Hakimaru, and Doro is actually like the young child right there that's actually a girl. It's a stark difference between the two and their dynamic, which is kind of like what the song kind of talks about. And the translation for it as well is just like talking about like, you know, I can't sleep, like I'm trying to change, but like I'm gonna like fight for what's mine, and I'm gonna party it up kind of. It talks about a flame a lot that's like burning up, which is also notable throughout the series if you've ever watched it or if you want to watch it. Fire is a huge symbolic thing in the series. But the opening is, like I said, notable with the colors. It's just a really sick and mesmerizing opening, in my personal opinion. The opening displays like the hard and chaotic world that you're about to delve into. There's a lot of distorted imagery, dark and ominous atmosphere. In the opening, there's like body parts scattered everywhere. Um, and then Queen Bee, so just a little bit about them. That single, it came out in 2019. So Doro's more of a newer kind of anime. And
Mhm.
that song reached number 2 on the Oricon charts. So if no one knows what that is, that's the Japanese music industry standard for like singles popularity chart. Just like we talk about the Billboard 100s, Oricon's the same thing. So
Mm.
it immediately reached number 2 in its first week, and then it charted like that for 16 weeks,
Oh wow.
which is pretty sick. So it was a really good song. Um, Doro had 2 openings, so this is one, and it just spanned the episodes 1 through 2. And it's just a little bit. I did do a little bit of just tiny facts about the anime that it opened for, which original anime I guess came out in 1969, and they made a remake in 2019 for 24 episodes.
Oh
And
wow.
Doro actually means little monster. Um, but Queen Bee is a Japanese rock band. It was formed in 2009. Like I said, it's known in Japan as Zyuvachi, and they describe their music and imagery themselves as fashion punk, basically, which makes sense. It is kind of rock, but it is a little bit more punk. You'll hear a little bit. I can see where the fashion's coming through because it's like they're moving with the times, just like fashion constantly evolves. So I can see how they're bringing in some of those techno vibes that they do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the drums and so forth are definitely different than standard punk, but yeah.
Yeah, it only has 3 people. I did see that they've released 6 albums. They have a total of 26 singles. And then other anime that they've opened for is Tokyo Ghoul, Chainsaw
Mm.
Man, Undead Unluck, as well as Oshinoko. And then another fun fact with Doro, the other band that has like opened up or made openings for them or endings is Asian Kung Fu Generation and Eve, which I'll talk about Asian Kung Fu Generation later.
Go.
I actually didn't talk about Eve in mine, which is surprising because I really like Eve. I purposely didn't because I thought there'd be more JJK love with people, but there wasn't, and I'm kind of upset now because I wish I would have done it. It's okay. Um, but and then animation studios by Mappa. A lot of people are familiar with Mappa. It makes a lot of great animes: Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kakegurui, Chainsaw Man, Hellsing, all the things. Which also a lot of other bands open up for those as well. But
Mhm.
Queen Bee is really sick. I really like their style. I picked it as number 5 only because when I did first listen to the song, initially when I first heard the full song, I didn't know how I liked the switch from the first bridge to the second one. But then, like, I listened to it a few more times. I'm like, no, this is sick. I really like this. And then just that first high note that he hits,
Uh,
so nice.
I like
But
when
yeah,
they when the chorus drops when he's like light it up baby, and then the
yeah,
guitars and the
it's so
drums, it's like
boom.
it's in my gym workout playlist. There's a lot
Same,
of openings in my gym workout playlist, but
same.
that's one of the ones where the beat gets you going, and it just
Yeah,
hypes you up. And like the full song, like Jackie said, like the snippet, the 90 seconds it gives you for the opening, great. But then when you listen to the rest of the song, the back and forth between the two artists, and then it goes where the breakdown is, and you just hear the drums. Oh my god.
I have to check it out. Yeah.
it's a good one. It's a good
Yeah, it
anime
Amazing.
sounds
too.
like it. I like it.
Amazing. So in the comments we had shout out to Black who's tuned in. He said his number 5 was Full Metal Alchemist. I think they had a few openings. I know I'm a fan of their first opening. I
Yeah.
don't know the name off the top of my head, but I think that's one of the more iconic openings that they've had. The second one I'm also a fan of, but if you could let us know which one it is, we'll bring it up and show the folks out here. Um, Jen says darker than black intro. Um,
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that too. That's a great one.
and then shout out to the homie Kimpachi. He was gracious enough to drop his top 5 in here. Let me scroll down and see his. I'm assuming it's in reverse.
Order.
So he went with Kibi Baba Toomey, which is the Trigun Stampede opening.
Mm.
Which if you haven't seen it, oh, he left the YouTube link in here. We'll give it some. Let me copy that. and show the world what our homie Kenpachi is all about.
5.
Shout out to him as well, man. Hopefully everything's going good. Oh, so this is the full song. It's not the opening. But we can go ahead and bring it up and give it a listen so the folks know what he's talking about.
塵紙のように散らばった涙知る余地のない明日に怯えては生き返り同じ日を昇り下り新鮮な朝なら来なかった
I like the vibes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've heard a lot of stuff. I don't know if this is the Trigun Stampede. That's the remake that they're doing. Not the remake.
Oh, the anime that's that just dropped on Crunchyroll this year,
yeah,
I
the
think.
current one that's going on right now.
Yeah, it's the newest iteration of it.
Yeah. So
I
I
think-
have yet to check that one out. I know I like. Oh shoot, where'd Jackie run off to? There you go. Disappeared on me for a bit. She's back. But yeah,
Hi.
so I heard Trigun's one of those staples where people are like, you have to have watched Trigun. So
Everybody's at least checked out some Trigun if
it's
they're
a nice
anime.
little- a Western, cowboy gunslinger type anime, which I'm all for. So I'll be sure to check that one out. But let me share with you all my number 4, which you may have heard of or may not. A little anime that goes by the name of Sword Art Online.
This is such a good running song.
Now, without getting too into it, Sword Art Online, it does fall off at a certain point. Most would say it falls off. It gets kind of weird. It's one of them anime like you're watching it, and then like a certain scene comes along, and you're just like, oh shit, this is wild. I hope nobody comes in, and of course, that's when people walk in. What are you watching? God, like where were you when all the cool stuff was
Now
happening?
there's
Yeah.
multiple Sword Art Online storylines though, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So,
So-
I
this
heard the
one is
worst ones like Gun Gale or something like
Gale.
that.
Yeah, I
Gun-
think that's the one I've heard about too.
they
It's like
introduce guns, and old girl has the pink Uzi, and she's doing. I mean, it's some people like it. I watched it just because I'm just like, Kirito's in it. Let me see what he's about, what's going on.
Pink
And then,
Uzi's
I mean, she was fucking people up with that pink Uzi. I ain't gonna
Hey.
hold you.
That's up to you, whatever color it is.
Big funny ears and
Hey,
running-
the Uzi was my favorite gun when I played Modern Warfare, man.
But I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, so Black said his song for Full Metal Alchemist was.
Yeah, I
Against
saw
Me.
that.
So yeah, that is the one I'm talking about.
Which one? How are you guys seeing the comments, by the way? I can never figure out how to look at them. Oh, yes, Black, 100%.
Yeah, so we got that going on. But like I said, Crossing Fields by. Am I out of pocket by calling her the queen of?
You're
Of
not. You're
Okay.
not.
Okay, Lisa.
Yeah,
She
'cause she's on my list too.
yeah.
So good, dude.
She's amazing. She's like the Beyonce of anime. She's
Bro,
everywhere. dude.
she like if you're like I want my anime to be a hit, Lisa, can you do an opening for me? I know you're paying out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like you're taking a second mortgage on
That's
your
a
house.
huge chunk of your budget, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's worth
yeah,
it.
It's
It's worth it.
She's gonna set you up for success, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let this. I'm gonna make sure the volume is right because the opening is so. Oh my god, it's such a beautiful song.
Mm.
So go ahead, Lisa, take it away.
Oh, it's so good. You started it right, the best part.
認めてた臆病な過去わからないままに怖がってた後ろの
So what I want to do is get to the part where like the chorus comes in and it's such an
Yeah,
uplifting.
It's so good. You ever watch her perform it in concert? The crowd
Yes.
goes wild when she gets
Oh,
to
I
that
bet.
part.
He
I
has
bet.
the that Netflix. Oh man, I mean, like if she was to tour the U.S. and come like I'm there fanboying,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
acting like I know the words, but I don't. Just yeah. Let me see if I can find that part.
Oh,
If
so good.
it's such a beautiful song.
It's the way she brings the emotion into it too with her.
No,
when
her
she's-
vocals are.
oh,
It's not good.
So good.
it is.
Oh my gosh, she just hits the spot. Her
And
song,
she's such a good singer too. It's
the
insane.
spot. Her
Yeah.
vocal, her practice, her exercises and stuff are just off the chain. But so Lisa is a popular Japanese singer-songwriter known for her work in the anime music genre. She's gained significant acclaim for her powerful vocals and energetic performance style. Her real name, Risa Oribe. She adopted the stage name Lisa as a tribute to her character Lisa from the anime Evangelion, which I didn't know. I thought that was pretty dope. Like,
Yeah.
she's in it. She's 100% in it, you know?
She is that
She
bitch.
I
Yeah.
can't complain. You know, she's that it. She's it.
Exactly. She brings that emotion, like you said. I mean, you
Yeah.
feel it in the words when she comes across a verse, especially anything that's got some sort of emphasis, like we were just listening, like it just belts out and you feel it. You know, you're like, wow, that's just
She's a performer
amazing.
too, man. Like she's really
Like
good.
when she's on stage, she knows how to the actions to do on the stage to present the emotion of the song, which is out of this world. So she started out in a band named Chucky, performing at live
Oh.
venues across Tokyo. But then she joined another group called Girls Dead Monster, and that group ended
Oh,
up
that's a great freaking group.
Yep, they performed the theme, the opening to the anime Angel Beats. So
Yep, they sure
Yeah.
did. And they
Yeah.
sang all of the music. Angel
Yeah.
Beats was on my list at one point, but I took it off. I could go on and on about Angel's Beats.
Yeah, she's credited for a lot of the yeah, I mean, a lot of
Yep.
people credit that as her beginning, her debut for all of her singing, but it's like yeah. I mean solo, I guess. Solo,
Yeah.
but
So she's best known for singing anime openings and endings. She's has like the list. If I was to list all the openings and endings, like we'd be here for a minute. But most notably, Crossing Fields, which I think kind of boosted her. Like everybody's like, "Oh shit, who is this?" But to me, this would be the song I would want her to end a concert on. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Bro, I'm about 9 on this."
I agree.
But I think more recent bias, people would want her to sing. I think it's Gurenge.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is what Eric's
Gurenge?
gonna talk about.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let him do that, but she sings that one, and then other ones as well. Catch the Moment from Sword Art Online, Ordinal Scale, the movie. She does this new opening Queen for Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh, yep, she sure does.
Bro, I can go on and on again, but we'll let that ride. But I just think it's amazing. You can go to Spotify. She has album after album. All the songs don't go to anime, but you can listen. Like you can go there and enjoy her music. She is one of the most well-known artists in Japan, crossing over into doing some features on K-pop albums. Like I said, if she came to the States, I know she does a couple, like she'll come to the States and hit like Dallas or like, a couple cities and get out. She doesn't do a full tour, but when she tours a world tour, like around the Pacific region, concerts sold out, crowds. It is an event. It is an event. And I will just end this by saying we must protect Lisa at all costs. At all costs.
All right, I agree to that. Okay, so my number 4 is Waiting For is the title by Reiri. Reiri is the band. I could not find a lot of information about the band. The song is the intro for Guyver when they did the 2005 Bio Boosted Armor remake. Basically, it was the more digitized for the art and so forth, but I felt like I picked this specific music because I felt that the band really captured the energy, but also the mysteriousness when they played when the music comes and really brings you into the series, because it is a mix of high energy and also um the struggle to find to uncover the truth of what's going on, the meaning and purpose of what they're actually facing and going through. So I feel like the music conveys that very well, but it also it's an energy kind of like what we've been talking about with that vibe that's brought in. Like it sets it up for the show as it starts, and really carrying through. Being a fan of the original Guyver series, and seeing this was like when they remastered and re-released it, I really felt like they did it with for to bring in a new generation, and you get that feel. This is a whole like appeal to the next generation to enjoy the same stories, and the energy they brought with the music, I feel um also loops that in. But it's also close to the same time period, like I said, 2005, so close to Ergo Proxy, so you're still getting that kind of alt rock feel, but this one's more high energy than Ergo Proxy, which more suspenseful. This one's more energy, but still I felt like it had that vibe of searching or anticipation. So
I don't think I've seen this bloodshed armor one.
yeah, this one is it's definitely upgraded as far as the action and the art. Um, Brought it more to like I said, more of the digital age, because the old stuff was each frame penciled, whereas this one you could tell is still use more of the modern art techniques. But I like the guitar. The energy contrast to her voice, which the lyrics are talking about someone like almost like a discovery of oneself,
Yeah.
and but the guitar and not the music is more high energy, so it goes along with a story where shows discovering everything about himself, but it's it's during this intense uh situation where he's battling all sorts of strange monsters. He doesn't know how he got in the situation, so that high energy music in the background with her overlaid voice, which is a very beautiful singing voice.
Yeah.
um I just couldn't find a lot as far as any further work as Yo or Reiri. It's she lists her and lists music, but not music as far as along with the band or as along with anime in general. So it's something that I was hoping to maybe ask. Like I know Jackie has a lot more information when it comes to these bands that do anime music, but I felt this one like Black says it's got some serious energy behind it, and her voice is not only beautiful, but it does fit that feel of like longing and searching for answers and for a solution, and that really plays into the story, because your main characters, he starts off as not being the most you know confident of heroes, but he sticks it out and he sees it through because he wants the answers, he wants to know. So it's to me it's one of my favorite series from a kid, and then seeing the remastered version, and I felt like the remastered music was just excellent.
Yeah, Guyver is one of those. Um, I don't want to say you have to like along the lines of like Ghost in the Shell, Akira,
Hmm.
things like that. Like Guyver is one of those like you just admire the all the hand drawn animation that's in it, like the amount of time people put into it. You can't go wrong with OVAs, because they can just get as visceral and as dark and as graphic, so they can tell the story the way that it's intended to be told without worrying about, oh no, we gotta dumb it down for you know the public, if that makes
Yeah.
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be checking that one out because I saw that the blood stain. All right, I'll check that one out.
I just wrote it down. I've been writing down like all of the
All the
some of them I've seen that Willie's saying, but for yours, I think like I missed out on a lot of the old '90s
Yeah.
style, early 2000s animes because I was 10, kind of, when I actually started researching and trying to watch anime more, because at first I was just watching what was available on Adult Swim.
Yeah, and it was hard. The availability, that's something we've touched on a couple times. Back in, the 90s and the early 2000s, you were lucky if you were able to find a DVD set somewhere, and if you did, they always had like number 2, 7, and 10. You're like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful."
Well, YouTube back in the day, you could just Google stuff on YouTube or all of the anime
Yeah.
pirating sites like that. It was easy.
I
So you
mean,
had
we
access
used to
to
go to
everything.
Best Buy because that had one of the most diverse anime sections out of
Oh
anywhere
yeah.
you could go, and you'd
Yep.
go through. But then you're like, I got to drop $150 on this, or they'd only have
Yeah.
like box set 1 and box set 3, and you're like, well, where's 2 and 4?
Yeah.
So it was always a game to get through, to be able to go and Google it, like you said, or check it out on Crunchyroll and stuff. Now it's a gift. It really is, and I've enjoyed it because not only can I go back and to the ones I've loved, but I get new ones from both of you and other friends of mine who are into it, and I hear it and I'm like, I can go look it up and like, hey, I get to check this out right away instead of
Yeah.
hunting down in some smelly Best Buy section.
It is kind of smelly, isn't it?
Yeah, it always smells funny. It's like
A little bit.
Birds hang out.
yeah, like a GameStop. Like, whoa. It has that specific smell of
really-
GameStop.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
All right, Jackie. You're number 4.
My number 4. Traumatized a lot of people. Because it's only 12, but it's only 12 episodes, and it has literally ruined people's lives because it's so sad. It's called Akame ga Kill. Okay.
Liar
opening-
mask.
The opening is called Liar Mask by
Oh,
Rika
God.
Mayama. It's opening 2 of 2, and it
Sleep.
covered episodes 15 to the end. Came out 2014 in Japan, 2016 US is when Kame ga Kill came out. If you haven't
No.
seen it, you need to go watch it. Literally quick 4 hours. Just go get your heart broke.
Oh, I will watch it.
Oh my gosh. This song.
All right.
Hold on. Let me bring this up.
It
I'm gonna play
was-
it at the beginning because you guys
Billy
need
sounds
to
so
hear.
reluctant. He's like, I'll bring it up.
No,
Well, because sorry,
it's
so
one of
before you play it, Willie, sorry.
it's fine.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
that was disrespect. I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited. The thing about this opening is the first opening is like way more upbeat, right? Like you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, and around this time in the show, also like shit changes, and you very much know like what's starting to happen in the show, and it's just like, what the hell am I watching? And so this opening really covers that change in pace and theme. It's really great.
All right. I just love how it starts and then the build. Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, just sit back and enjoy this piece of work.
朽ち果てるように燃ゆつき暁に沈みゆく作られた顔でそっと近づいて信じるものを闇に落とす糸に絡まる獲物のようにただひたすらに空を仰ぐ
Just
Oh my gosh. It is.
are you gonna wait to get to the build up?
Yeah, you know it.
I know, I'm waiting.
Here we go.
There it is.
闇にこむれ汚れた笑顔やり場のない光放て
Yeah, dude.
It's that choir. It's the choir in the background
Dude.
just makes it epic.
And even when she does the one part in her song, she's like do 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 do, like it's like this like
Like it
freaking
turns into a
classical.
lullaby.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And then she's just like kill, 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 and it's like, oh shit.
It goes from
God
Dude,
damn.
so the song
Wait,
itself very much covers like the anime, the themes and the lyrics in it too. Is just like talking about like I'm recalling my fates, I'm in the moonlight, I am here to like deal with all these tragedies, like let me try to reach the end and do all this stuff, and even if blood spills, I'll stand up tall and fight, like is like some of the lyrics. So very much goes with the theme
very
of the
inspirational.
show.
Like, yeah.
It's really great. But Rika is actually a part of a Japanese J-pop group with 10 people in it.
Yeesh.
One thing I'll say is I do like J-pop and K-pop, right? And I'll listen to like some of it, but I always like think a lot like, how are you putting that much time into this? Like, there's no way 10 girls are getting a solo part in a song. Like, there you
Right.
gotta maybe have 5 people, and then there's gonna be another song where those 5 people aren't singing, the other 5 are. Like, that's just crazy to me. But either way, this song specifically came out November 26, 2014. It reached number 17 on the Oricon charts.
Mhm.
The opening overview is, like I said before, it's darker, it's more intense. It reflects the fringe tone of the story as the anime progresses. It showcases more of the main protagonist. That heavy rock sound with the dynamic fight scenes really highlight the brutal nature of the scene itself. And did a really good job with this, but she only did this one song for this anime, and then she went back to like being a part of her group, which their idol group is called Shiritsu Ebisu Chugaku, which is shortened to Ebichu, is what they're known
Mhm.
as in Japan. Like I said, there's 10 members. They don't do any other animes, but they've done 8 albums. There was a lot of singles.
8 albums with 10 singers. Like, wow.
Yeah, and they are still active today. Like they're still very much like a
Wow.
big pop group in Japan. But they originally formed as a quintet apparently in 2009, and now they've just expanded, and they're still pretty popular now. But she was one of the founding members of that group. I didn't look too much more into the group, to be honest. That's just kind of like what I saw. But the animation studio that created this is the same animation studio that made the manga. It's White Fox. If you haven't seen other animes of these that White Fox has done, you should go watch them as well. Besides the last one, I'm gonna say, is The Devil is a Part Timer, Steins Gate, ReZero, and Goblin Slayer.
Who?
Go watch that.
Goblin Slayer is solid, but like I said,
I won't watch the first episode, and I won't. I'm
you
scared.
gotta get cool with a lot of things real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to watch it, but I was talking to Steven. Steven's like, don't watch
cool
that.
with a lot of things,
was
as
like,
in
why?
how with goblins. If I'm gonna check it out, like,
Yeah. It's the first scene. You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. You can literally look it up and you'll see a picture of it. The first scene is literally a goblin raping a chick.
So like adventurers would go and it's like a, I guess, taking place like an RPG. You have guilds, they come together, they meet up, they
Yeah.
go on missions.
But it's
But
very
then
brutal.
so goblins, they can't reproduce themselves. So what they do is like when they get the opportunity and a human female comes around, they try to keep them alive to mate with them to reproduce. So when like so they were in there, they got overwhelmed, and they kill off the males, and then they start trying to have their way with the females. And yeah, I'm sitting here watching, and Crunchyroll's just like, hey bro, this ain't Naruto. Like, it gives you the warning. Like,
it tells you up front, like, yeah, this is gonna be
it's not like it's not, and it's not hentai, right? Like, you're not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well,
I
like,
mean,
you can tell what's happening. You're just like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Ninja Scroll. Like, right as you get to Sai, and then it's like, whoa, and of course that's when people walk in, or your parents are like, what are you watching?
Hey, what's this?
No, it's a ninja movie. Like, sure, it's a ninja movie.
Yeah.
He's got her boob in his mouth. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's there's just some of the.
Grandma,
I mean,
don't look.
this is
Grandma,
why, like,
no.
when people argue and they're like, "Oh, anime's for kids," it is absolutely not for
No.
children. Okay,
No.
like we're not watching,
No.
my cat one that I like to watch, but whatever.
Whoa.
So it's the one that I talked to you about. It's the
No, I know.
Masterful Cat. Yeah, I love that show. So awesome.
The
It's about a cat.
Masterful Cat.
The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. It's about a cat that has to take care of his human because the pet.
Okay.
I love it
Okay.
so much. It's so stupid.
I'm learning
Anyways,
new stuff. I'm always open for that.
other bands that also played for Akame ga Kill or made openings or endings for them is Sora Amamiya. If you're not very familiar with Sora Amamiya, she did some music for Seven Deadly Sins and Tokyo Ghoul. Interesting enough, she's also the voice actress of Akame. I didn't know that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Miku Sawai did some music for Kill la Kill, and then Amamiya also did Miruku-chan, Rent a Girlfriend. There's actually a bunch that Sora Amamiya has done. So just really great music overall, and people being a part of the overall theme. I love this song. It's sick.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
and it was like one of the favorites for like people to this day still say. Not only is Akame ga Kill one of their most favorite anime,
Mhm.
but that second opening is like close to like a lot. I would argue it's at least in a lot of people's top 20. I
wow.
think.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
it's my number 4 just because there's some others that are coming that I just listen to a lot. So, but it's still a good one to
bro,
listen to.
I fuck with that song heavy. Like the intro, and like you said, it's a very like if you listen to the full song, it's like
Yeah.
more of a you got the kind of the military drum, and it's like marching, and you know they're about to go into battle, and it's so good. Like the song hits better when you watch the show. I will just say that.
Nice.
It just hits better. Shout out to the Cutting Edge Hero crew. Tap it in. What's up? What's up? Kenpachi's number 4 is the One Piece, the third opening for One Piece. Hakiri. Wow. I'm not a fan of One Piece openings. I'm just not. Like
There's a few that I actually like, but it's the same band that does a lot of their openings, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the band.
Oh, okay.
That's my point.
The English dub sung by Vic looks like Mig Nonga. I don't know how to say his last name, but he ended up being the dub voice of Edward Elric in all the versions of Full Metal Alchemist. So that
He's
was
a really great voice actor.
yeah. Like I said, I'll be putting the description and building the Spotify playlist after, so you can tap in.
I'm excited for that too. After all your choices, these.
And then I think somewhere in the comments, Black said his number 4 was the opening to Dan by Creep. So
it's still one of my favorites. But hey, we thought that was taken. So
yep. So I thought it was. I just knew I had to claim one of them, and I claimed the one that's superior. And I will die on that hill. That they're both amazing, but Bling Bang Bang Born is my go-to. Now, my number 3 comes from a little known, a very only the who's knows of this one. It's a little show called Attack on Titan. You may have heard of it.
It may might be obscure to some.
You may have not. You know what I'm saying? Attack on Titan. Needless to say, theme songs, bangers. Yeah. I don't think there was one miss on all, even the slower pitch one where people are like, what the hell's going on? If you watch the show, the song slapped because you knew what the hell was going on. Individuals anyway.
The feels were coming.
Yep. It's the third opening. Shinzou Wu's Sasageyo, right? It's pretty much translates to dedicate your hearts, and it's the battle cry of the scout segment of their army, and it's like their battle cry when they go into battle. Because if you watched it, you know the odds are really against them when they're fighting these titans. So in order to rally them up, that was kind of their battle cry. The band, well, first of all, intro, obviously animated by Wit Studios. amazing job. You know what? I'm gonna just bring it up, talk about it. We're gonna play this song, then I'm gonna talk about it. Then I'm gonna bore you. But first, y'all gotta see this shit. But I mean, you just watch. They're like preparing to go to battle and all that. I'm just
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
let's do
So
this.
It builds. It's really like
This part here where they're just
chaotic. I love it.
this part here. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is it.
there it is.
It is so. I just got chills. It's so good, dude. It's so.
Link
so
Horizon
good.
does not fucking miss. with this.
Dude, they
Exactly.
don't.
Look at this shit. Oh my fucking god. Like let's
So
be
great.
real. Like all right. Got that out my system. Amazing. Like
It
again,
is.
listen to the full song. It is an emotional event for you. But Link Horizon, Japanese musical group known primarily for their work in the anime industry, more particularly their dealings with the Attack on Titan themes. The group was formed by Revo, who's the leader and also composer, because it is, if you see them in their shows, they're like a full up band, like an orchestra, string section. It's almost like what's the closest thing? Like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh yeah.
You know, they
Woo!
got the guitars and all that stuff. You know, it's almost the holiday, so you know they about to go back on tour and do their Christmas stuff.
It reminds me that the feel when you're listening to it is like when they did I think it was Metallica did it with I don't know, it's the Chicago Symphony or somebody, but they had it all together and like the symphony cuts in into while they're playing, some of their greatest hits, and it's just that it just brings so much of that epic feel, like through, like you mentioned, the goosebumps or the hair on the back of your neck standing up. You're like, oh, the feel. It's just like
let's fucking do this. You know, like I would have been in there like, bro, there's fucking huge ass people out there. They would have played this shit. I'm like, let's fucking kill them. Let's
do
go.
it.
I just got to cut their neck. I'm on it. Let's go. You let me over. But the biggest thing is prior to forming the group Linked Horizon, he was known for his work in a band called Sound Horizon. I guess he likes the word horizon.
Oh, interesting.
And they blend his thing is he likes to blend storytelling with a variety of musical styles. So it's not like he's just making music to make music. Like there is a larger story being told in the things that he's doing. And you can kind of see it. I don't know if he created the story or like when Attack on Titan approached him for this, because all of his songs, like it starts off, the first 3 openings are more like because if everybody's here seen Attack on Titan, right? So the first kind of 3 openings is more of like the propaganda, like the let's rally up, let's fight these are the evil guys and all XYZ and stuff. And then when you start seeing the behind the scenes, the unraveling, the real secrets on what's going on out here, then it turns kind of into a rebellion. Now you're fighting against the same propaganda and army that you were fighting for. And that's when you get like your rumblings, your I forget the other one, where you start seeing like there's some discourse, there's some disruption and where your loyalties lie. You know, you're like either rolling with Eren and his rebels, or you're still rocking with, the army and the king. And bro, it's
Molly's.
the
and I
mob.
mean, you could see that they begin to question more or see more.
Like, why are we
as they start to feel the consequences of what's going on? Because at first, like you said, they're all pumped and it's like, let's do this together. And then as it goes on and they start feeling the impacts of the decisions to go forth and be, and then it starts to change, So yeah, it matches it. The feel is excellent.
So the band was formed in 2012, and it was pretty much a project. Real was like, hey, let's do this live performance, get this orchestra and stuff in here. So their music incorporates a blend of symphonic rock, progressive rock, orchestral elements, known for its grandiose soundscapes and intricate compositions. So like you said, just that little snippet, 90 seconds of like a 4.5 minute song is right there. You like having not even seen it, and if I showed somebody this, like, would you be interested in watching this show? They'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck? Let me in on this." Let me in on this. Their lyrics often draw on epic storytelling, fantasy themes, and dramatic narratives, which resonate with the themes of the anime for which they provide music. Now, I was torn between this one and the original opening, because that's the one that set it off.
Mhm.
And you got the
Man,
choir
it is.
coming
There is
in.
something about a freaking choir that when people bring it in
So,
openings,
you
it's
know,
just
shit, it's real. It's real.
amplifies
Like,
it, man.
what do we got to do? Tell
It
me
Yeah.
just
what.
raises it up. It just really it does. It's
They
just,
are bringing the spirits into this. Like it means something.
exactly.
They are not fucking around with this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is my number 3. Again, I had to pick one theme from Attack on Titan. I had to include AOT on this, and this I felt this was the one that combined with the opening, the animation, and that spectacle that you saw. Like, let's gear up. It's battle time. They're coming to our city. We got to hold the walls. Let's go. And they jump off the wall, and
Yeah.
all right, I'm done. Whew, whew. What you got, Eric?
All right. So my number 3 is "No Need for Promises" by Maaya Sakamoto, for Visions
Good
of
one.
Escaflowne. Reason I picked it is the same thing that you're talking about. It's that epic sweeping. I mean, it's like a wind of, just feel, and like it brings you knowing, or it comes to you like in this like, I don't know, like a gust of, that this epic quest or this epic saga is gonna just pull you right in. And I mean, it's the singing, because Maaya Sakamoto, she's a very famous singer. Her career actually started like around 96, but she'd been singing since like 1986 or 1988 as a child, or as very young. Um, she did 3 songs for Wolf's Rain. She did an opening theme for, I can't pronounce this, Ray Savant, Ray Zafon, Ray Zafon. I don't
I
know.
believe you.
Yeah. But you can go ahead and play it. I'll speak more after. But yeah, I felt like the epicness of this song really leads into Escaflowne as a whole series. It's near and dear to me because it's one of the first animes I watched with my wife Jen, all to get, from start to finish, trying to bring her like, hey, this is kind of stuff that I like, hoping that she wouldn't go, oh, you're a weirdo. I was like, well, we'll start off with Escaflowne because everybody thinks that. But yeah, so Escaflowne is a fantasy styled anime, but this song brings that epicness to the fantasy setting. No Need for Promises.
All right. Let me make sure it's not muted. Oh, here it goes. What are you buffering for, bro? You're plugged into the
She has a beautiful voice. And if you're watching the opening, you can actually see it it does the classic anime go through the characters, but one of the
I will say this, like, it's gonna sound like super. I don't care. It's weird. I love this tone of voice. Like,
I did, yeah.
whatever. It's soothing, and you're just like it just pulls you in to the
It
song.
feels genuine. It really does. Like a.
And I was trying to find the actual opening thing, and you guys can continue to talk about it. And if I find it, I'll bring it up so we can see that.
Maaya Sakamoto is a great individual that's involved in a lot of anime and music. Like I said, she did 3 songs for Wolf's Rain. If anyone else hasn't seen that, it's a good series. It's very different, original idea. She did she did opening theme and 2 songs for that Razafon, which I believe is more of a mecha styled anime. She is a voice actress though, and she's done a lot of work. She actually is the voice of Hitomi in the Japanese version of Escaflowne. So when you hear her singing, she's actually the main female character of the entire series as well. That's one of the things I caught so much. Like you mentioned, her voice, Hitomi's voice is like I don't know, iconic in a way. Like if you've ever watched it or you're a fan of it, it's one of those, not only innocent, but it conveys a lot of emotion in the way she speaks. Because Hitomi
Oh, there you go.
kind of, kind of, it's a escape to a new world. So in a way, Hitomi's um not a coming of age, but it is in a sense. Like she's finding herself, but the song is about being lonely in love, like loving someone from a distance, even though you both have emotion, but never getting to share that love or to have them feel that they're the object of your affection. So she's trying to convey that to the person who she wants to give her heart to. So that's that's what she's explaining when she's singing to them. But Sakamoto, she's a great voice actress. She's done Gundam Seed. She was in Death Note. She's done Evangelion. She's done Ghost in the Shell, Ghost in the Shell Standalone. But like I said, Hitomi is probably her iconic voice acting because she did the primary character. And if you ever get a chance to check out the series, I mean, it's one of those like you'll probably pick it up, especially because it is an older anime that a lot of the newer stuff you'll see the hints that these characters as they go on, female characters that fit that same kind of design of like a teenage Japanese girl who's not only finding love but finding herself and where she fits in the whole thing. Because Hitomi, if you've ever watched the series, falls into this fantasy world, which is a mirror of maybe our ancient medieval world. So there she becomes an integral part of this journey, this adventure of a man who could be king and this whole whirlwind war and stuff. But it's an amazing epic saga, and I feel her song carries not only that innocence and that purity with it, but that flowingness. Like it almost feels like a dance. So that was why I picked it. I felt like it conveyed that. I tried to get a little bit of everyone, with different animes, and this one I felt was my more epic, like saga, like a journey, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Maaya was also the Japanese voice actress for Aerith from Final Fantasy VII.
There you go. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yep.
it's amazing how much she's been involved in. When you go start digging, you're like, holy cow! I didn't know she did that voice. It is impressive.
So I will say this before we get to your number 3, Jackie. Cutting Edge Hero, they jumped in. Their number 4 was JJK. I'm assuming probably the first intro.
Yeah.
With Eve.
Oh, I want to know what it is because
Which one?
I like all openings. There's a specific one that I advocate for, but I didn't put it
Let
on
me
my
see
list.
we'll ask him.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to go again, I probably would have put it on my list, but I didn't.
What would you have taken off?
I probably would have taken off Dororo. I would
Okay.
have taken off,
Your
and I
number
would have put on the 3rd season, first part opening, and that's my
JJK.
favorite JJK opening. And I listen to that song at least once or twice a week.
Yep. Black's in here. He likes Tank from Cowboy Bebop. Classic. It's one
It
of those. You know what you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like the din-it. Like everybody.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I love it. And
Yeah.
then number 3 for Cutting Edge Hero is obviously
Another Samurai Champloo. Yep.
Samurai Champloo. Yep. So Jackie, your number 3 is
My number 3. I don't think a lot of people know about this anime, but it's called Blood Plus. Okay.
what?
What?
I love that anime.
I never hear anyone talking about it, but
Oh my god, it's good.
yes. It's called Blood Plus. This specific opening is opening 3 out of 4, and it covered basically the last 15 episodes to the end is what it said. There's a total of 50 episodes for this anime specific. Oh wait, I think I messed that up. It was opening 3. There's a total of 50 episodes for this anime. It came out in, I think it said 2005 in Japan. The song is called Colors of the Heart by UVERworld. If you don't No, who UVERworld is. UVERworld is, as we get up into my top, my favorite bands are like really gonna come shining through here. This is the fourth single that they produced. It came out May 17th, 2006, and it reached number 3 on the. This one it really slaps like immediately in the beginning.
あの日僕の心は音もなく崩れ去った壊れて叫んでも消し去れない記憶だ暗闇が瞳の中へと流れ込むもう色さえ見えない明日へと沈む
When you got music that hard going in there, just standing in the field and the wind's blowing, you know the shit's about to be lit.
Yeah, it's
about to
funny.
get real
It's
in
funny
here.
because it's funny because this opening is like a little bit trippy, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, wrong one. It's like a drawing, which I really liked, which is it's a complete stark difference, not only from the anime itself, but the other openings that were previous to it. And just a little bit of background on Blood Plus for people if they haven't seen it. It's about a young girl who uses her blood as a way to fuel her powers, and she has like a caretaker, if you will, that is helping her out. And there's a lot of like past and history and stuff that you find out about her. It's really sick. It's a really, it aired on Adult Swim a really long time ago. Well, I say really long. It was back in 2006, but I guess that was kind of long ago.
It's 18 years ago.
This song is one of my. I play this song. It's heavy on rotation, and UVERworld in general is just a really, really great band. Japanese rock band. They formed in 2000, consisting of 6 members. Interesting fact about UVERworld is they purposely spelled it where Uver is caps, but world is lowercase.
Yep.
And the Uver is the German word Uber, meaning over, and the English word, the German word Uber, meaning over, and then the English word. I'm doing mean yesterday. I wish. English word over to basically form a phrase that means crossing above the world, which I think is really cool.
Nice.
They have 12 albums and about 40 plus singles. I didn't include some other singles that they had, but they have a lot. And they made openings for Bleach, which one of the most famous ones, and one of my favorites is D Techno Life.
That didn't make your list?
It
Not even
didn't.
honorable
Listen,
mention?
my list probably would have been UVERworld and Asian Kung Fu
Kung Fu,
Generation and Eve if I had the ability to do that, but I wanted to have more of a variety. Okay, I
Hear you. I'm not
purposely
mad at you.
I
they
saw it
did
when
a
she said she was finally done at like 3:30 in the morning. I just happened to be awake. Well, it's 3:30 in the morning for me. I was like,
oh yeah.
"Whoa, finally done!" I was like,
I took a lot. This was really hard. That's what I'm saying. It was really hard for
"Damn,
me.
Jacci."
My Hero Academia, specifically Odd Future. Even though we have, yeah, they did Promise, Neverland, Gintama, Blue Exorcist, D Gray Man. It just like a really, really great freaking band. And like I said, it was number 3 on the Oricon charts for a really, really long time. Like this song is like really. I run to this song actually a lot. If I'm not in a running mood, I put this song on. This is also the song I listen to when I need to sit in planks for my PT test.
You do the plank?
Oh yeah. I can't reach, my arms can't reach my freaking legs. I've always had issues with sit ups, so I do the plank. I don't gotta move. I just gotta sit there for about 2
How
minutes
long
and
do you
I'm
hold
done.
it?
2 minutes.
Oh my, bro! I hit 40 seconds in a plank, and it's like fucking San Andreas. Like I'm
Work
just.
on your core, man.
Are you okay? I'm fine.
I really like Blood Plus. I thought it was a great series, and
It's so underrated in my
it's like
personal opinion.
it's a reimagining or reboot of Blood, right?
Mhm.
It's like because Blood
Yeah.
was 90s, and then this was 2000. I don't remember
6.
the actual
2000,
2006
2005 in Japan, 2006 in the US. So
because it
yeah,
really steps it up because it was like set in the 80s in the original Blood, and this
yes,
one's set modern. So it's kind of cool to see the character get to go through a bunch of stuff, and you learn more history in this than you did in the original. So
yep.
it's a
This
great retelling.
I have a I have these next few are like my favorite because when I was a kid, this is when I was really listening to J-pop or J-rock, and these are some of the very first songs that I really liked listening to. And Blood Plus was the first anime that I found interesting that wasn't like your typical rom-com or fantasy or like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z or stuff like that. Blood Plus was out of
Right.
the norm for me, and I really
Yeah.
liked it, and the music was really great.
It's very story driven. It's very good.
Yeah.
Character building too. It's great.
For the animation studio, you gotta shout out to Production IG, Ghost in the Shell, Haikyuu, FLCL, Attack on Titan, Guilty Crown. Oh my god, that's my mom. She has no idea what I'm talking about. She doesn't understand a single. But she watches anyway, so thanks, mom, for the support.
Awesome. I love it.
Other bands that played for Blood Plus, interestingly enough, Hans Zimmer produced 4 CD soundtracks for the series, which I thought was super
That's
dope and
excellent.
interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
That's you're breaking the budget for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't done research on that, so I wanted to go look and see. But also Hyde, if you heard of Hyde, does some stuff with Attack on Titan, Darling and the Franxx, Demon Slayer, and then K is most notably for Spy Family openings.
Hans Zimmer's like a foundation of music, especially any kind of soundtracks. Like
Yeah, I did not know that, so I was very surprised when I saw
That's
that. I think
impressive.
that's so I'm a huge
Dark
score.
Knight trilogy. That's him.
Yeah, I'm a huge score person and also soundtrack OSTs. I also like those. I used to, go on LimeWire and download those on a CD and listen to those all the time. It was sick, and then I would play it and learn on my violin or piano or whatever the hell. So when I see like big producers like that, or what are the people called that orchestrate whatever
composer
composers?
or
Thank you.
conductor. Composer
Conductors,
makes
either
the
way, composers
conductor
that are
guides it.
like doing
Yeah.
that stuff, especially Hans Zimmer, because he's definitely one of my favorites when it comes to scores. That's Blood Plus
Yeah,
is
he's
in
up there like John
Look at
Williams,
John
Hans Zimmer.
Williams.
And, yep,
But yeah,
they're
so UVERworld, like especially like as we see that there's a lot of rock themes that we're getting into with some of this music. Like UVERworld's one of those J rock groups that is just hits hard, man. Like they don't. Okay, we done 3. Should we take a shot to go into our top 2?
yes, top 2 times. So shot. Okay.
Top 2 plus.
I've been over here, unfortunately, just hitting the
Oh,
bottle. Anyway,
plus the
like,
honorable mention. I can't wait for that one.
I know. Well, we've already.
We're
What
halfway
happens
through
if
the
they
list.
called out your honorable mention already?
Oh no, my honorable mention. I'm waiting till the end.
No, nobody broke it down though. You know,
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if I could. It's an honorable mention, but I gotta. Okay.
it's fine. Oh, let me turn it this way so they can see.
Absolutely,
Yeah, you can
Black.
see the
I hear
smoke
you.
pit. The
Yeah.
smoke pit.
Here you go. Here you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I got my oh. It's my gaming
Ah,
Oh, I
band.
love that. Oh, sorry. Side note. This has nothing to do with anime, but for Halloween, I had big candy bars that I handed out.
yeah.
I've always wanted to be that house that does that, but I didn't have a lot, so I made kids roll a dice and they had to gamble.
Up.
They I did.
She's
I
having kids shoot dice in the
gamble.
corner for
Yeah, hell yeah, man. You're not just gonna get this. You gotta gamble it. We're in Vegas. Learn it now. You lose sometimes. However, one of the kids started crying, so I had to give her the candy bar.
like
I felt
7-Eleven, fool.
yeah. I
Some
think we used
rolling
to
dice over in the corner.
Roll your 2 tens. You got to get below a 50. Oh, you didn't get it. Here's a Tootsie Roll.
Roll that 20-sided die, man. You need to get that a natural 20.
Yeah. It was a cool idea. It was fun, but it didn't work with the younger kids. They definitely were very upset.
I'm
So
doing that
Yeah,
next
they're
year.
like, "Where's my damn candy bar, lady?"
I'm going out there with my dice bowl, 2 tens,
Yeah.
roll, and it depends on what candy you get. You get the good shit.
Becky's standing out there with like some 20s in her hand,
it
just
was
rolling
fun.
them in the corner, like.
I want to get a massive D20 die now, and I want to use that for all right, 15 or better, man. Sorry, we don't play around here.
Get off my porch.
Snake eyes. Get out of here. I'm calling the cops. Security.
All right, Willie. What's your number
So
two?
was there a couple? Let me try and see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody in their rankings. Number three, obviously we talked about Shamai Shamplo. Number
A good one.
two for Danny over there at Cutting Edge is the DBZ Japanese theme.
Oh, I don't think I ever listened to the Japanese theme.
I don't.
I did, but I listened to it after the American one where it's just dragon, dragon, dragon.
Dragon.
You know,
Oh.
dang, dang. I'm just like, bro, I'm fucking ready to go. You know, then you listen to the Japanese one, you're like, what? There's words? Lyrics to this? Just fight, you know?
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else with a number two. So for me, number two, again, by a band who I think is up and coming. I love their music outside of their anime stuff. From a anime known as Fire Force, we have Mrs. Green Apple, and the intro is called Inferno, which, when paired with the actual anime, it's a match made in heaven with this one. So I'm gonna let it play for a bit. You know how I do. I'm gonna get fucking hyped and emotional and shit when stuff starts playing. So I'm gonna let it breathe and I'm gonna talk about it, and then I may turn it back on when it gets to the part y'all all need to fucking hear.
照らす闇僕らは歩き慣れてきた日々も問うた夢は安泰な話だが刺激不足上にダラダラ照らすは闇僕らの歩き慣れていた道はどこだ時は
I love this band. And it's that plus the animation. You're kind of seeing what's
Yes.
going on. This build up here,
Yes. It's so good, man. So good. Mrs. Green Apple. Mrs. You did not need to go that hard.
I'm so, oh my god. And then
But thank you.
it get 100%. So you have this, and then oh man, this part here I gotta let this ride through. Oh my god.
So good.
Oh my god.
So good.
This intro had me hooked. It was like a
No
random thing.
skips.
Crunchyroll.
Zero
Crunchyroll was
skips.
like, here's a new anime you might like. And it was like late at night. I just finished Attack on Titan, caught up on Demon Slayer. I'm like, what else is out here? I turned it on and this intro came on. I'm like, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Now
And
you have my sleep hours.
yes, I was going to go to bed, but let me catch up. And it just so happened I was 7 episodes behind, so I was able to just binge all those. And then
Oh, nice.
get into that weird spot where now you're like waiting week to week, and you're like, man, fuck
Yeah.
it.
So you
But go ahead.
question, you mentioned before that the music is made and then the animators try to make a intro or something that kind of flows along with the music, correct? So
Yes.
that's the order for the most
Yep.
part. So
And,
I mean,
and the crazy part is when you listen to this song, the part that was at the end where it's just them, the vocals, and they're falling down, that's towards the end of like a 3.5-minute song. So they just
they
the
just
way
cut-
they
okay.
kind of got the beginning, the intro part of it, chopped it, brought the ending part, and blended it so well. It's amazing. And like I said, shout out to the actual. And this is, I think, their first time producing an anime at this level. David Production Studio. They were in charge of animating Fire Force on top of the intro. Let me tell you, when it comes to sound, like the anime itself, the sound editing and composition and stuff is out of this world. Like when they use their
Yeah,
powers,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like just watching
is
that, I was like, this
next
little
level.
intro, the animated intro matches it so well. It's like, I mean, it's one thing to see clips from the show, and it's another thing to see like it unfolds so well, matching each verse that's coming out. It's just really good. I think that's why we like things like Dan to Dan and stuff. Is like the flow of the intro and the imagery go together so well,
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Yep. So obviously, popular, very popular Japanese rock band formed in 2013. The group is known for their catchy melodies, dynamic sound, mix of rock, pop, and indie influences. They gained a significant following both in Japan and internationally thanks to their unique sound, relatable lyrics, and their name came about because it was chosen. It was chosen because it evokes a sense of freshness and growth. So the members in the group include Moroki Suda, who's the vocals and lead vocals and guitar. Akira Kawai is contributing to the background, kind of the rhythm guitar of it. Dakai Kato does the bass, and then Kota Kawai does drums, and Hiroto Tanaka does the keyboards and stuff. So if you go to YouTube, pretty much all of their songs, most of their songs have videos to it. All their videos relate to the lyrics and things like that. The band is very up tempo. They do have, I guess, what you would call their version of ballads, but a lot of their songs, when I listen to you watch them on YouTube and they have the captions, the subtitles to their lyrics and stuff. It kind of reminds me of like a Japanese version of Fall Out Boy. Like their lyrics, their whole
yeah.
style, how they tie their music into. They don't take themselves too seriously, type thing. So when you watch their videos and you listen to them, I guess that would be the best way to kind of relate to them is Japanese
Like
Fall Out
strong
Boy.
vocals and
Yes, because Motoki, like I don't know, like when you listen to it, how he'll take his voice low and then hit those high notes and go back low, and I was just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm hooked, bro. So they stand out as a dynamic, influential rock band in the Japanese music scene. Catchy tunes, thoughtful lyrics, energetic performances. Again, these are some of the bands where like, bro, just give the US a chance on a tour, man. You'll be shocked the people that would show up to watch these guys sing.
I'd love to see a lot of these groups come.
Yeah.
That'd be a great like concert series.
Yep. So shout out to Mrs. Green Apple. I would think that they would pick up more. I don't know if they're doing touring and working on their albums and stuff, but if any animation company or somebody's trying to start a project and they just got picked up for an anime adaptation, go call up Mrs. Green Apple.
Yeah.
They're gonna set your shit up right. Is all I gotta say. Also, early next year, I think spring, they're gonna start part 1 of the final season of Fire Force. So, like I said, you have time to go catch up seasons 1 and 2 before the finale.
How long is seasons 1 and 2? Like how many episodes is it?
22, 23 episodes.
22, 23.
Okay, that's doable.
Pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my number 2, Mrs. Green Apple, Inferno.
Excellent. I enjoyed it. All right. So my number 2 is Shell by Bana or Chino Takayanagi. Okay. And it's on the Witch Hunter Robin series. It's the intro for Witch Hunter Robin. I felt it was very haunting kind of melody. It's in the alt rock kind of vein again, but this one I felt was more of an expression, and it conveys a lot of that feeling again. But when you're listening to it, if you know what the song is saying and what it's expressing, it reflects the series itself so well. Like, we'll listen, and then I can explain some of the meaning. I felt like it was very much in the same vein as Ergo Proxy as far as that alt rock kind of feel from see another early 2000s feel.
Was this on Adult Swim?
They had it for a short period of time. I don't know if they played the whole series or not, but I bought the box set once again back when that was the only way you could get the whole thing, because Adult Swim was hit or miss. If you missed an episode, you weren't sure they'd ever go back.
Yeah, I think it's like, when you like go back into the vaults of your memory and you're like, wait, why does this sound familiar? I'm pretty sure this is like,
you've probably seen it. And like I said, I felt that the hauntingness of the song goes along with so well, like the lyrically what it meant. Um, and the song, it's talking about not recognizing one's own self and basically facing unknown change or becoming less of yourself. And it reflects the series so much because in the series, if you get a chance to check it out, Robin is a witch and she has abilities, pyrokinesis and so forth, but she's working with the witch hunters and trying to track down some rogue witches who are using their abilities to harm others. But in a way, she feels like she's betraying herself, but she understands what needs to be done. So it's like it's a conflict, and I feel like the music in this intro really conveys that in the way that it seems like she's feeling diminished, and that's where that haunting feeling comes from, and afraid of what's coming, but she knows what she has to do. So I really like the way that Bana was able to convey that lyrically. Now, looking up Bana, she's a J-rock singer, mostly does extensive music career outside of anime. I couldn't find a lot of work to what she'd done, except for she was involved with Gundam Evolve and Full Throttle. There was I can't remember exactly which Full Throttle it was, but it's one of the offshoots of the Full Throttle series. But she's done some work, but she has a lot more work when you look at her discography, as far as commercial music or music done outside of the anime kind of realm. But I felt like her voice was very beautiful, and to me, like I said, I picked this because of the haunting feel of the voice and the way that when she sang it, it really, I felt like I could picture Robin's feelings when she's expressing this. So it's one of my favorites as far as it fit the time period. Once again, for me, is music wise, a lot of alt rock at the time was similar in nature. So it's a good series if you get a chance to check it out. It is an older series, but easy to pick up and finish. I think it's maybe 20 episodes. I'd have to double check, but it's not that long. It's a pretty straightforward story, but in the same vein of more of the drama, more of the mystery, less action. But very well done. I watched this, of course, the Japanese dub, or the sub, not dub. So the voice acting was excellent. So and I enjoyed the music a lot.
Yeah, I'm like watching the opening while you're talking, and I like the I guess the setting, the era, kind of like the vibe it's putting out. It's letting you know like it's what you're getting into. Like they do show like the guns and loading it up, but based on what you're saying, like it's not fully just gunslinging, bullet time, jumping, shooting at stuff. There's some drama and some behind the scenes, and I mean it again, like Jackie is over here making a list. Like I will say, I appreciate you jumping and joining the Eat the Cake crew, because like me and Jackie just would have been here talking about upbeat shonen and a couple of, and you're coming here just giving us the foundation, and here's some other stuff that you can check out. So I appreciate you joining it, and that's
thank you. I'm
I like the main characters what's it, not, I don't want to say vibe, but the design
the persona she gives off. Yeah, the design, it's like it really fits her mood. They conveyed a lot of her mood and feeling in her appearance. She's very out of place in the world of mortals, like of normal humans and their interactions, but she's trying to be a part of that, and trying to help make it right. And it gave me some, I know this is strange, and it's kind of because I've been really excited about it, but Silent Hill 2 just did their release of their remake, and it kind of gave me a lot of the same vibe, that feel of despair, but I don't know, like a darkness, but it's an internal darkness. And yeah, like you mentioned, there's shows some action in it. It shows some of Robin's ability, and it to be, I don't know. It like I said, if you get a chance, check it out. It's interesting. I'm doing the same thing as you guys doing. I'm writing down the stuff you guys are recommending, like Fire Force and stuff. So it's a great. I love the fact that I'm getting to learn from you guys and share some of the stuff that I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, this looks amazing. And you said it's only 20 episodes?
I have to double check. Nice. I'll have to look it up, but it's not that long.
I mean, a weekend for your boy.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop. Too easy. All right, Jackie. What you got?
Okay. Number 2 is an anime known as Code Geass. Okay. It's a
I've
really,
heard of it.
really great one. For a lot of so this one, just a little backstory. This is gonna be. I was really. This one took me so long. I could not decide between the first or the fifth opening. It was really, really hard. Um, but the last opening is by Asian Kung Fu Generation. Surprise, surprise. And I'm gonna be talking about them later, so that's why I decided to go with the first opening because again, this is by a band known as Flow. The song is called Colors, and I actually found this song before I found the anime. So I was on YouTube, and this is when I was really getting the J-pop, and so I just went on a YouTube just
A band.
spiral,
Yeah.
just watching J-pop music videos and songs and stuff, and I found this band first before I watched Code Geass. But we'll play it. It's just a really great opening. The music video is really fun too.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'll go back. But I just wanted to pause it. I love that old school, that
Yeah.
little jazzy thing, man. I love that.
Yeah. Flow is amazing. I love Flow.
自分を世界さえも変えてしまえそうな瞬間はいつもすぐそばに隠せぬ未
So it goes through the opening a little bit. It's like your standard, anime, shows some
Characters and,
scenes, shows a little bit of the characters. But what I like about this opening, it doesn't actually give you like most openings now actually give sneak previews of what you think
Mhm.
is going to happen or scenes from the show. This one doesn't really show you scenes. It just shows you people. And it's a lot of fucking people. You're like, who are these people? It's just the universe in general of the entire show is like really great. I'll let you turn it up because I think this is one of my favorite parts.
All right, let me get to it.
Oh, rewind it a little bit. More, way more.
Before the girl, there you go.
Oh, right before her though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
Kind of just
This part.
it kind of marks the rise.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really show you. You're just like confused. You're like, who's this person? Who's this person? What's that about? You don't know if it's a scene, but it's really like not a scene so much. It's just like a person, and like so you don't know what's gonna happen. But Code Geass, this is opening 1 out of 5, and all the openings, I would say besides one, slap, and for lack of better terms. There's 50 episodes, and it ran from 2006 to 2007. There is a 4-part film that dropped in 2019 and a film series that dropped in 2024. I haven't watched either of those yet. It's been a while, and I've been wanting to rewatch it again before I watched it because when this anime came out, it also it has, as you saw, it has a lot of the robot type, like mecha feels, and I couldn't really get into Gundam when I was a kid. So I didn't know if I would like it, but it's a lot more than the mecha. There's so much more background stuff. I would argue that it's similar to a lot of the twists and villainy type. You don't know if you like the villain or if you hate the way they think, kind of like Attack on Titan type of thing where it tore a lot of people.
Shades of gray. Like
Yeah, it's really. But yeah. So
Probably one
Flow,
of the best villains
yes,
/ anti-heroes in anime history. I'll just throw that out there.
I agree. The album, there's no album. This was just a single specifically for the anime, and the song itself was released November 8th, 2006. This one reached number 2 on the Oricon charts, and it sat there for like within its first week. It was immediately up there, number 2, and it sat there for 16 weeks.
wow.
It like did not move. This was a
Another
really
top
popular
performance.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overall opening, it's a little bit trippy with like some of the, and it kind of goes in the show. You have to watch the show to understand like why there's like so many like weird things happening. But yeah, like I said, I like the opening because it doesn't really, it still has a little bit of mystery to like who all the characters are, and it doesn't really show you scenes like some shows do. Flow is a Japanese rock band that began in 1993, and it actually started with just two brothers that they just wanted to start making music, and now it was officially formed in 1998 with five people. They've released 40 singles and 12 albums.
Oh
Other
wow.
notable anime that they have openings with is Naruto, Eureka 7, DBZ, and then for some people that watch this, I've seen a couple episodes a while ago, but it's called Tales of Zestria the Cross. It's a lot older anime. It's fantasy. But they've also contributed music to Beelzebub and Seven Deadly Sins. They've done a total of 21 openings for anime.
Wow.
So they're very sought after, really great band. Animation studio that did this was Studio Sunrise, who, if anyone knows Studio Sunrise, they've done Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, Outlaw Star, Gundam, Cyborg 009. So some mecha, but also some fantasy. So really great studio. And then other bands that have played for Code Geass that most people probably know is Orange Range, which is Bleach. And you got Alley Project, which Alley Project's more infamous in Fate series type shows. But I love Flow. Their music video is just like a bunch of guys like with set up their like instruments in like a padded room. And they're like jumping up and down just playing. It's a really fun music video to watch. And the overall like first opening and like the translations just like talking about like, hey, I'm not going to let all my troubles and worries affect me. Like, I'm worried, I am like taking care of someone, I'm going to like move forth and keep like doing what I got to do for us type of thing and make sure that we're protected and safe, which if you watch the anime it makes a lot of sense. um but yeah, it's a fun song, and I really like the band a lot. And like I said, when I was a kid, I found them on YouTube, and I used to watch that song literally every single. That's a favorite of mine.
Flow has probably when we do endings, I'll be considering them. They have endings for Seven Deadly Sins that I rock with.
Yeah.
They do have openings that they've done for Naruto. Probably one of the I think they did a Go for Naruto,
Yep.
which is one of the most popular intros for that thing.
No.
You just it's so good. It's so good. But it didn't make my list, so that lets you know how hard this was to do. Like you just hear nostalgia brings you back in. You're like, but is this worth the list?
Yeah, it was hard. But yeah,
Is
I
it?
listened to it so much that I'm like, I have to talk about it.
Yes. Nice. We have Black saying that his number 2 is One Day, One Dream from
Yeah.
Lighters.
I went through all of Inuyasha's openings. I was like,
that's such a vast amount to consider.
I'm a huge fan of Inuyasha's endings, though, way more than their openings, which is why I did not let it make any of my.
So we will see them again.
So.
Ooh, look at you. Okay. We do have
number 1.
No, we honorable mention.
Oh, honorable mention first. Okay, fine.
Pachi's number 2. Let me scroll up and get it. I should have wrote these down. I should have been more like an ill-prepared motherfucker out here. So we have 5, 4. Oh, did we do his number 3? His number 3, by the way, one of my favorite. Like it's in the rotation. It's Broken Games. It's the first opening from Shangri-La Frontier.
Okay.
Can we watch it? Because I actually love this opening so much. Dude, I just love it when like
my 7-year-old fucks with this song heavy, bro.
The opening is sick. I love like it's just like because the bunny's my favorite. Like the mafia bunny, dude. That's OG son right there.
Let me
It's
bring it.
such a if you guys haven't watched this anime, you gotta. It's really funny, but it's
I
really
gotta
great.
check it out. Yeah,
It's different.
I remember you talked about it before, so I was like, it's on my list now.
It's on the. I had it on one of my. Hey, put this on your radar type stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We discussed it then. Yeah.
I'm behind right now, so I have to catch up, but it's really good.
Yeah, season 3 is going on right now. But bro, this song is pretty. Like, it just starts off, gets you going. And then there's a like it's
There's like a way great part. Yeah. Really
you
cool.
know the part, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
really great. Oh, it's coming up. I love when they do this part where it's just like her, dude. It's so sick. Right here. It's so good. It's so good. So weirdly enough, though, I listened to the full song. I actually like the shortened opening version more than I actually like the full song.
Yeah.
I don't like the second bridge.
I'm in that. Yeah, I'm in that thing because like you just get the euphoria from the part where you remember from the intro.
Yeah.
And then it just goes on, and you're just like, oh, okay, you know. not
Yeah.
poo-pooing it. It's still a song. It's still on my rotation. Go running, go lifting. You know, it's just you heard the opening, like
Yeah, when you can connect the dots, it makes it more impactful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
fun.
I was like, all right, I like their second opening as well, but the first one is way better to me. So I think that was his number 3, and his number 2 was The Rumbling by Sim.
Can't not. I also listen to that one when I do planks.
You just the most hardcore people probably think you're listening to some namaste shit, like
Yeah, like she's got
keep
some
your inner peace.
Pilates or yoga music. Like, no,
Absolutely not.
no.
Dude, I listen to some hardcore because I'm just sitting there like, yeah.
The rumbling is actually what I'm doing when I do fucking planks. So just fucking shaking and shit. Just Sergeant McCoy, are you okay?
That's funny.
But I have to play. Like, this actually charted in the States on
Yes.
Billboard on the rock album or
Yeah.
charts. So that is how popular that the popularity of anime is amazing, because it just this song, and shout out to Sim for doing the song in English, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the intro, you're just like, let's fucking do work, you know.
Yeah, actually, Bling Bang Bang Born, I forgot, I wanted to say this previously, was also trending on TikTok for a while.
Oh my god, this is when shit got real.
Oh yeah, this opening fit the entire ending perfectly. Oh, and if you look up the meaning, like with the lyrics compared to like the show, dude, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, like we'll have a like, I guess, what anime throughout its run had the best opening, and I think Attack on Titan would be up there because like there was never a wasted moment in their open. Like, the openings tied straight to what is going on in the show. You know, there's fun openings like, you know, Bling Bang Bang Born, but then there's like where you're like, this is part of the story.
Yeah. Well, it's just like you said, like, yeah, Sim wasn't Linked Horizon, but Linked Horizon is all about storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what this whole freaking show was about. So the fact that like even the artists and the music that's going with it is also assisting with telling that story and progressing it is just a masterpiece, man.
It is. I like it. I like it. Well done, Kapachi. So it's on me for number 2. No, we're doing no, it's
number
the
1.
Mention. No, it's
honorable mention. Honorable mention and then number 1.
And then number 1, yes.
Okay.
Honorable mention. For me, anime. If you like the show Vikings, if you like all that, the Norse stuff, all that, there's an anime I have for you called Vinland Saga.
Oh,
Probably.
so good.
So you've heard.
So good.
So you've dabbled.
So you
I was
I
hooked, man.
I
First
had no
time
idea.
checking it out, and I was like, wow.
Yes. So, I'll let the song ride, and then of course, I'll talk about it. But let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing. There we go. So it's a song called Mukanjyo by Survive Said the Prophet. Another kind of heavy metal ish. I know their vocalist fucking goes ape shit. Like his fucking range is ridiculous. But the band, everything, it just it fits. They just pick the song and they just animate the hell out of it. The
and
story, like
heart rates right there. It's like boom.
The story, you see Thorfinn go through. Oh my god. All right, here he is. Here we go. Let me just bring it up. I just get so excited. I'm like a big ass kid out here.
It's a beautiful show.
I love the video.
Oh, I like that part where he flipped the sword or his dagger.
It seriously is beautiful from start to finish. Like, and it's another one of those, like Jackie had mentioned. It's like a gray. There's gray in your. It's not black and white. It's not easy to chop going good and bad. Even though struggle, and you could be like, "Yo, man, I feel for him." It's still.
If you have not seen or heard of this anime, just check it out. It is very, very good.
Amazon Prime had both seasons on Prime, I believe.
Yeah, I know season 2 was over on Net or Crunchyroll, and I think they have both seasons on Crunchyroll right now. But initially it was only on Prime when the season 1 was going on.
Season 1 was on. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But Survive Said the Prophet, Japanese band known for their energetic blend of rock, emo, and alternative music elements. You can kind of hear it there. When you listen to the full song, when they get to the bridge, like the lead vocalist is I have learned to appreciate vocalists that can do that gruffy, yelling, screamo type stuff and not mess with their voice. Because I just thought they're just shredding their vocal cords, but there's a technique to what they do, and he does it very well. So they've garnered a significant following both in Japan and internationally, especially among fans of anime due to their contributions to various anime soundtracks. The band was formed in 2011, and their name reflects a philosophical outlook hinting at resilience and the idea of overcoming challenges. And the thing about that song, why I like it, is they make the song and the company's like, "Ooh, we want to use that for our opening. Let's animate to it," right? The song's lyrics is pretty much, you can probably hear the English parts, like what went wrong with my dues, things along those lines. So you can kind of look at it from the main character Thorfinn's point of view, like, what's going on. I did everything I was supposed to do. Why is the world against me? I'm gonna just get stronger. I'm gonna do what I have to do. And that whole first season, you just like, he is like,
the struggle is real, bro.
He's almost feral with his wanting revenge on
his rage and revenge
for the reason he wants revenge. I'm not going to spoil it. Go check it out. So when you, like I said, you see the first opening on the first episode, you're like, okay, but as the show goes along, now you watch the intro, you're just like, fucking right, bro. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
So their members, they got Yudai Kato, who's the lead vocalist, Sota Shindo, who's responsible for lead guitar, Yuki Takahashi, who does the bass, Ryo Katsumata, who does drums, and then you have Yuki Nishinya, who does keyboards. So pretty much just the way they blend, like I said, the emo with the alternative rock, you get a hint of heavy metal because they like to throw the double bass kicks on the drums and stuff to give you that adrenaline heart,
Yeah,
like
heavy, but
because
yeah.
the full song when you get to the end and that shit just goes into hyperdrive. That's like if you're running your PT test and it's like last lap, 1 lap to go, and that shit hit.
Hit your reserves. Hit your reserves.
Yeah.
Sprint the corners and stuff like the fuck's wrong with McCoy? You know, they'll never understand it. They'll never understand. But
But yeah,
um,
it's a rough one though. It is. If
yeah,
the music
it's hard
goes
to watch.
perfectly along with it, it's a tough watch. From some of the struggle in the beginning is tough. You're just like, I'm not saying like, I mean, it's along the lines like if you watched Berserk and you watch how Guts has to earn his keep to the point of it's along those same lines. Like it pulls no punches. It's
Yeah.
He fights for every inch of survival that he goes through. It's good.
Yeah. And a shout out to Wit Studios, who animated that and paired, like, I couldn't have thought of a better opening to kind of lead into the story of Thorfinn and his journey than that there. And also I forget the I guess the what would be called the antagonist in the first season, but you mess around and you watch it long enough, you kind of start understanding his point of view on stuff, why he did what he did. So it is an amazing watch. Again, it is called Mukanjyo by Survive Said the Prophet. That band has you go to Spotify, whatever streaming service you got, type in that. They have several albums. I've listened to them all. I've added, so I have the anime opening playlist and I have a J-rock, J-pop playlist. So I'll probably find out about a band from an opening, listen to their discography, and I'm just like, your shit's going over here where I can listen to it outside the anime thing. So I'm well cultured, if you will. I'm broadening my horizons. So that is my number, or my honorable mention. Eric, what do you have for honorable mention there?
Honorable mention, mine was mentioned earlier. I didn't get the back information. I apologize ahead of time. I wasn't sure if we were gonna actually get to those, but it's Samurai Champloo. It was
Battle Cry.
probably I was introduced to it through Adult Swim, and just the intro music coming on at night was like a nostalgic moment for me. But it to me
What
it,
is
it
this?
kicked off a realization. Yes, exactly. Like suddenly I felt like anime had suddenly come up with like getting with popular time music, and it's something you didn't see with American animation. I mean, to see the level of culture being brought in to to present this new cartoon. I'd never seen this show before, and you're used to watching our shows, which are you know but then when you watch this one, you watch the intro and stuff, you're like, wow, they actually matched it up with like modern uh music, or modern cultural feel. And it spoke to me, and it really reflects the show in general as it comes out to, when I was watching Adult Swim and I didn't expect it at all. So when it came out and you're like, these characters are so much more lively and down to earth, and the whole setting and feel was more relatable than like your stoic um you know old school samurais. Stoic old school samurai feel was very reserved and but with this one, I mean, it's balls out crazy from the beginning. You're just like, and I felt like it reflected it so well. It just caught me right away when I first saw it on Adult Swim. I was like, whoa, what is this? So I mean, it felt like it brought anime to a modern time feel for us here, where probably for at least a decade they'd already been feeling that in Japan. But we were behind. So when this came, you're just like, this and probably Afro Samurai, you were just like, whoa, they're actually up to date on stuff over, like.
Yep.
So
Well, the
this
one soundtrack or OST, I forget what's like Shinki no, so I forget what it's called. A lot of people cover that song a lot.
okay.
The soundtrack itself, even on Samurai Champloo, is just very
Yeah, sorry, I
jazzy,
didn't get the
very
band
awesome.
information because I wasn't sure if we'd get
Hey,
there.
it was a producer slash DJ, Nujabes,
Yeah.
Okay.
and he got a lot of his inspiration from Jay Dilla, like a lot of the American hip hop stuff. So
Yeah.
he kind of got his inspiration from that, incorporated kind of some jazz funk and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, he passed away in a car accident. I think it was
Oh.
2013,
Well, he
maybe
spoke
earlier,
my
like
heart, man, because I've always been a
2012.
golden age hip hop fan,
Yeah.
And this was just that in anime form for me right away in the
Right.
middle of the night on Adult Swim, and
Dude, he is he's like the because like I'm into like lo-fi, so like when I'm at work or whatever, just play some lo-fi. You can play all of his albums he has like on Spotify, and it will give you that lo-fi hip hop beat all the
Mm.
way through. And like finding out like he got in an accident and he's no longer here, I was just like, damn, man, like I feel
Yeah.
bad that I wasn't following him or like listening to his music earlier,
Yeah.
but it makes you appreciate what he's left behind even more. But I'll go ahead and play it. And like I said, like this is probably another one of the more popular anime openings themes that even if people haven't seen the show, they know what show it goes to, right? Kind of like
Exactly.
Bebop,
A lot of
but-
covers, like Jackie said, yeah, or
Short like an angel, a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. Though my mind's at peace, the word out of order, listen and the heat.
I love that part. It does it like multiple times where it does like a low tone of the piano.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that every single time.
Oh my gosh, this intro is like goated.
Yeah, and it just felt so. I don't know what you say, like with the times, at the time it came out, you were just like, whoa, because you're so used to stuff that was more classic,
Right. I think this was like the first hip hop centric anime opening where I was just like, oh, this must be like the American dub intro, like the Japanese.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Look, and you're like, no, the producer is Japanese, the people rapping on it are Japanese. You're just like, this is their legit opening. Like,
Yeah.
this is amazing,
I feel like it influenced so much of what we see today. Like I see shadows of that with stuff like when we're talking about like Creepy Nuts and stuff, like the whole feel of this like intro matching the music and just giving you a vibe. It just felt so different when it came out. It's like, whoa, this isn't like, I mean, what else was on Adult Swim at the time? I think it was oh man, Inuyasha, of course, was always on Adult Swim.
Every time
On at 11, and it was on at 3, and it was on again at 11:30, and then on at 3:30 in the morning.
Because there's 3,000 episodes of that show. It's like,
Sick.
Bro, you wake up like, oh shit, I left the TV on.
oh no, Inuyasha's on. Oh.
Yeah, dude, it was
Shit, I
so
gotta
sick.
go to fucking sleep.
So it was definitely that feel, yeah.
See, I was a kid. I remember I was in like 4th, maybe 5th grade, and so I had a not a curfew, but like a bedtime. So what I would do is I would take my alarm clock and I would put it right next to my head, and I would set it for 2:50 in the morning, and then
So
it would
you
go off,
wake
and
up
I would immediately. I used to put it under my pillow so my mom wouldn't hear it, and then I would feel it vibrate. I would shut it off, and I would go downstairs and I would turn on the TV so I could watch it. My mom usually would catch me
God.
about halfway through the second episode.
What a
but, like,
delinquent. Oh.
I was serious about it, but my mom wouldn't let me watch that shit.
Mama Jackie, you were correct.
Warping your mind. Look
You
at you
raised
now.
a bird.
I loved it, man. I would put the volume on like 5 so she wouldn't hear it, and I would
The
get like
stuff I was
this
trying to
close
watch
to the
was not.
TV.
I was trying to watch the Scrambled channel, waiting for it to get unscrambled for a bit. So. I was a delinquent for real. You're just like, I gotta catch Inuyasha.
Yeah, Jackie's an anime delinquent late at night, and
This love story, I need answers. Will they or won't they?
Yeah, dude. I'm rewatching Inuyasha, and now I'm rewatching it. I'm like, oh, this is such a frustrating.
yeah. That, and it's one of those master animes where they all say each other's name like 4,000 times.
Oh, dude, that's the thing, man.
Anytime they look at each other, it's like Inuyasha. They gotta say each other's names, and it's just like,
I'm right here. You don't have to keep saying it.
Yeah,
You
we've
have
been
my
talking for
attention
3
already.
hours. We don't need to keep saying each other's
You
names.
already have my attention. Say what you need to say. All right,
Hmm.
Jackie. Honorable mention for you. What do we-
Okay, so mine I think is controversial, which is fine. I don't care. It is Full Metal Alchemist. However, 2003 Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. Okay. So I grew up on the original, and I don't want to say the original because it's not. Obviously, the manga is. But before Brotherhood got animated, there was, for anyone that hasn't watched it, there was a Full Metal Alchemist that was Japan created it and the US created it, and it was completely opposite of what the manga was. Well, the first 10 episodes I would say kind of follows the story, but then they just went like on a whole different timeline. I still think it's worth watching. It's very interesting. It's like watching a whole new anime but with your favorite characters.
Same
Do I
characters,
think
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
now do I think Brotherhood goes down a better storyline and ends better? 100 freaking percent. It's absolutely amazing. But there is some things in the old version that I actually like more than in Brotherhood. Uh Blasphemous, I know. We can talk about what those specific things are at a different time, but either way, one thing about Full Metal Alchemists in the 2003, their soundtrack and their music, I think was really freaking amazing, and a lot of people don't talk about it enough. So the one that I had to pick, I was torn between a bunch of them, but I picked their fourth opening. It's called Rewrite by Asian Kung Fu Generation. A lot of us know what that is or who they are because they've done a lot of openings for Naruto. But it covers basically there's a lot of like back and forth between like what episodes this covers, but it's like the end to episode 51. Came out
Mhm.
in 2003 to 2004 in Japan, and then it came out in 2004 to 2006 in the US. This actually came from an album of theirs. So this was their fifth single, but their second studio album is kind of what I read. That doesn't really make any sense to me now that I'm reading that, but whatever. Um, yeah, I agree. April 4th, 2004 is when the song came out, and it was on. This is an interesting fact I thought that was really cool. It reached number 4 on the Oricon charts, and it actually won the best anime theme song at the American Anime Awards in 2007.
Ooh.
Without further ado, I love this opening.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
You did that whole opening. You hyped it up so much.
It's so good, man. It's really, really.
Oh, there's a picture. Now watch when I push play. It's just like, oh, you want to play this?
So this part's just like a slower part. It's in this part of the series, like you're towards the end, right? So like you
Mhm.
won't know what I'm talking about unless you watch it because it is very much different than Brotherhood. But it is going along the same themes that Brotherhood gets to once it gets to the end. Is like now things are happening. You found out a lot of things. Like people might be dying at this point and some things might be getting found out that you're like shit dude, this like kind of sucks, and you don't know what's going to happen at the end either. So
Yeah.
that's why I like this. But the best part is when they get to the chorus. That's my favorite part of the opening.
The chorus is that's the part that they put in to get you to be like, all right, I'm done. I'll start singing.
But this is just sorry, I'll keep talking so that way we don't get in trouble and we can keep watching it. Until it gets to the chorus. But for those that know Asian Kung Fu Generation, they've also they're a Japanese alternative rock band formed in 1996. They originally were a college band that just had 4 members, and then now they are what they are, and they're actually cited as one of the most balanced modern rock bands to emerge from Japan in the 2000s. I did not get how many albums and singles that they had. There's a lot. Um, but they made openings for Erased, My Hero, Naruto, Boruto, Bleach, Doro, just like. I'll let it keep going because.
Colonel Mustang, my boy.
Yep.
So Jackie, Chris asked a question. Is this the one that they didn't finish the series, but they
So
finished it with a movie?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
this is it. There was a movie. So I know we're talking about the anime a little bit, but the ending
Yep.
was not satisfactory at all. It was actually bullshit.
Mm.
Which is why a lot of people were like, "What the hell?" And then a lot of things came out that like this is not how the manga ended. And I found
Mm.
out years later actually that it was completely different, which I was confused why like, and I wasn't reading a lot of manga back then. And that's when I started actually getting the manga, was because I was pissed off about the fact that this was completely different than the original story. um but yeah, then they came out with a movie and they're like, okay, here's your ending that you wanted. I guess
Did they change hands with the writers or directors or something? Is
that I don't know. I'd have to do more
okay.
research into that. I'm not sure. But with Asian Kung Fu Generation, like these guys are just, as you heard the song, like they're really great. Like they'll do
They
like
are.
slower or they'll do way more upbeat ones. I think one of the biggest ones that they are known for is Naruto's opening, and the first one I think, and I can't remember what the name now, but the animation studio's Bones, and if anyone is familiar with Bones, they made a lot of great animes. So
Yep.
Wolf's Rain, Eureka 7, Soul Eater, My Hero, or in High School Host Club. That's a romantic comedy that I watched when I was a kid, so I like that one a lot. Mob Psycho 100, Bungo Stray Dogs, like just really, really great anime. And Bones, it's the same one that did Brotherhood, so there's no difference of the animation
Yeah,
studio
the
between
animation
either
studios.
of them. Yeah, same voice actors too, by the way, so no change. I think Alphonse's actor actually changes from the original to Brotherhood. I think it's more of a high pitched voice
Okay.
actor. So, and I have to look up and do more research, but other bands that played for Full Metal Alchemist, and I did for both Brotherhood and for the original, but you got like one that's a porno graffiti. If you've seen the original one, Melissa was like one of the biggest, most hyped up ones.
Yep.
Ready, Steady, Go by Larkin Seal. I think that's how you say it, or Shield. Oh my God, that great band. Then you have like Yui again, which we saw earlier, like one of God, Chemistry, Sid, just really, really great people that went into this freaking anime. But I love Asian Kung Fu Generation. They need to get an honorable mention because they're just like the amount of anime that they have covered for, and just the openings that they've done, and like how present they are in the anime community with music is. You don't know an anime that Asian Kung Fu Generation hasn't potentially been a part. Or if you watch anime, there's no way you don't know who Asian Kung Fu Generation.
Yeah, I mean, when you've been established since '96
Yeah.
and you've done,
All the major titles. Yeah.
shows for like OG Naruto,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Shippuden.
another band too that I thought was interesting was the Moscow Symphony Orchestra, but that's that famous theme Brothers is what it's called because it's sung in Russian. It's not sung in Japanese.
Mm.
No, really?
Yeah, so if you look up, which I tried to look it up, I think Brothers, that theme song is, I think it's in Brotherhood. It's been a while, but I don't remember it being played in Brotherhood. I think might be only played in the 2003 version, but it's called Brothers, and it's just background music, and it's like it's a very iconic soundtrack song, but it's sung in Russian,
Mm.
created by the Moscow Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't fuck with Russia. No, I'm playing. We love you, Russia. Listen, man, we roll with you. We rock with you.
But yeah, I had to give an honorable mention that because regardless of the fact that a lot of people have a lot of heartache with this anime, it's still personally, I loved the soundtrack. I loved the openings. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, about that portion.
Oh
The
yeah,
voice actor for Edward, yeah, he got
yeah.
into shit, and so that's that.
I forgot about that, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks. But it's the same thing with Rurouni Kenshin. I grew up on Rurouni Kenshin, and that dude was apparently keeping things
Yeah.
of 14-year-old girls and 16-year-old.
Crazy.
Dude. But yeah,
Kenpachi-
that's my honorable mention.
Yep. Kenpachi's honorable mention is the opening for Ninja Kamui.
Mm.
And
That's
Yeah, right.
interesting.
pretty
Really?
good. That's pretty good.
Vengeance is his choice. He didn't really leave an explanation why, but we'll let it ride.
Well, it's
Have you guys seen it?
actually really. It's actually
I
really.
haven't seen it. I just read nothing but terrible things about Ninja Kamui.
No, it's really good for the initial idea and the initial product
CGI
that's giving to you until it gets to, I think it's episode maybe 3 or 4, where it just brings a lot of CG mecha into the situation, and it kind of just totally flips the story. But the music, I could see why Kenpachi picked it, as far as the music matching the vibe or the energy of the initial feel of the show, which just watching the entire series or first season, I felt it for the first, I don't know, like I said, 3 to 4 episodes. You're like, wow, this is going to be great. And then out of nowhere, it's like someone decided that it's better to go CG mecha on it. And I was like, I like the ninja mystical supernatural powers that were kind of on display in the beginning. And then it suddenly, you're like, what happened? When did we end up in, Power Rangers Go or something? I was like,
No, he's not
Funny.
lying.
it totally
That's
flips.
the word. It's like, what is
Yeah.
happening here, bro? Like, we went from this hand-to-hand shit that I saw.
That was dope.
Yeah,
I mean, it was dope in the beginning. You're like, damn, this hand to hand is on point. It's kind of like on par with a lot of stuff we've seen from Chainsaw Man to JJK. Yeah, I was like, I mean, it was awesome. But then, and you're like, what?
yeah. I'm sorry, Kenpachi. Like, this thing is in this fucking buffer hell. For
Yeah, the
whatever.
rest of the series is so bad it doesn't even want us to let it watch it.
Don't hype me up, because I will let people down.
Don't bring me up. But the music is good though. I mean, he picked a good intro
It's still
music.
over on Max, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Max has taken it down or anything like that.
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, they're probably not gonna carry it and stuff.
There's
I mean,
worse things on Max, i.e.,
yeah.
Uzumaki.
i.e. Jackie's nemesis. Yeah, Jackie's nemesis on there, but those guys don't ever want to meet Jackie. They don't. They're like,
Adult
not
Swim.
even- it's
Adult
not
Swim
even
should
mediocre.
Adult Swim should never, ever, ever, ever make anime ever again.
mm,
Never. Just never.
Jackie
Don't
was
even
like,
try.
it's not even mediocre.
yeah.
Give me the pens. I'll do
Give
it.
me I'll draw it. All right. We have come to the numero unos
Numero unos.
for our favorite anime openings. Mine comes from a lesser known anime called Naruto Shippuden.
Sorry, that wasn't that funny, but I just thought it was stupid because you just dramatized it. It was not.
Very like only the real ones know
That's funny.
about Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah.
I will just say Naruto, both the OG and Shippuden combined, is my favorite anime. Like, because
good.
when you talk about seeing a character grow, it's legit. You see this fucking kid in Naruto, this brat, turn into a hero that saves pretty much, I guess you could say, the world at that point.
Favorite
The
soundtracks, too.
determination, like, I can get all mushy and talk about, man, dude, you should watch it because the values that Naruto teaches, it's about determination and the power of friendship and never give up on you. I could do all of that stuff.
Yeah. But do it in an anime boy voice.
You better believe it.
I'm so dedicated to this.
I can't do the voice, but I will say the English actor or actress that did the voice of Naruto
In the
ended up
dub,
being if you probably haven't, but like there's a Disney Channel show called Lab Rats, and these kids go to a school, and their school has a principal, and it's this short white lady that's like over the top extra with all their shit. She is the voice actor for Naruto, and I was like,
Oh.
shut the fuck up. I was like, look at this shit.
that's
You
funny.
went from voicing one of my favorite
I
characters
can't
ever
take the
to be in this
Disney
show.
preteen stuff. It just
Bro, I was shocked. I was like, you couldn't pick up another voice acting role? Like, you should be touring the world as the voice
Yeah.
of Naruto Uzumaki.
endlessly. You'd
Like,
never need to do
there's
anything
a con,
else.
there's always a con going on. Just show up. You don't have to do this, man. I mean, but a check's a
When
check.
I go to
I get it. I'm not mad. But this opening silhouette by Kana-Boon, I feel if you're just at a anime expo or whatever, and this song comes on, this like to me would be the national anthem of motivation, determination. Because this is towards the end of Shippuden, and you see the I'm gonna just play it because the visuals had a lot to do in why I chose it. So it's just you get a lot of the flashbacks. So if you watch the OG
Yeah.
Naruto up to now, it's just oh my gosh, the culmination of 700 plus episodes come together for this. But it's so inspirational. The part that I like about it is there's a part I think once the chorus hits and you see Naruto start running when he's a kid and you see
Mhm.
him growing into the oh my gosh, I'm ready to go. you know.
This one.
Yep. Oh my, look at this. Oh my, goosebumps. Goosebumps.
it really reflects his journey,
That's what I'm saying.
you know.
I will never not take the time to listen to this song.
This is
Like,
also when Naruto started changing their animation style too. Once
yeah,
they moved about, I would say like from the Pain arc and on, they
yeah.
started doing
And
more.
I won't lie, there's some freeze frames in the paint fight. Like if you freeze it at the right time, you're like, bro, this animation looks like ass. But it was meant to be like seen in motion,
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was a lot of fluid hand to hand. They weren't trying to
yeah. It's supposed to be
implement.
conveying that action.
Yep. So bro, this opening is the bee's knees to me. And Kana-Boon, like Asian Kung Fu Generation, is one of those bands that are just you name an anime, they probably done an opening for it on one of these
Yep.
things. They are goated when it comes to that. Song is called Silhouette. Shout out to Period Studios for the animation for Naruto, but Kana-Boon, Japanese rock band that has garnered popularity for their energetic sound, catchy melodies, engaging lyrics. Um, the band was formed in 2008, so older band compared to some of these newer ones that are out there. They initially formed by playing together while they were at college, gradually building up their reputation through live performances and doing the Tokyo music scene, which some of these bands that we've covered, they started out small, started getting their name doing live shows and stuff. I would love to see the music scene like in the clubs and stuff, live shows in Tokyo. I'm pretty sure that they would be very, very lit. Um, the band has four members. Masayuki Kana, who does the vocals and leads guitar, Takiharu Sato, who does guitar and backing vocals, Yasuyuki Kritain, I'm assuming, hopefully I'm not messing that up, bass and backing vocals. And then, of course, the drummer, he goes by Hiro. His name is Hiroki Saito. He does the drums. And like I said, every opening that they do, I could have listed numerous openings, but they bring the energy. It's Kana-Boon when you hear it. They're still doing music to this day. I follow them on Spotify, and Spotify will be like, "Hey, Kana-Boon just dropped a new song." I'm just like, "Fucking, you know what to do with it, Spotify? Like, play it immediately for me." So infectious energy, relatable lyrics, appealing to a wide range of listeners. Their successful blend of catchy melodies, like I said, rock elements, alongside their involvement in the anime culture, which kind of helped them get as popular as they did, solidified their status as one of the prominent rock bands in all of Japan. So, again, go to wherever you stream music, Kana-Boon. The anime side, I tend to gravitate towards their anime openings, but like I said, it's one of those things where you click on an album and you listen to it, you're like, this is more than just anime stuff. They're an actual legit band, legit music, musicians, lyrics, and it may take a little bit of effort going to researching and looking up translations to their lyrics, but their songs have amazing meanings,
Yeah.
energetic. So again, Kana-Boon, Silhouette, Naruto, Shippuden, opening 16. my favorite anime opening of all time.
Excellent. Excellent.
I have to use the restroom really quick, but Eric, if you still want to start, I'll have my headphones on.
Okay.
Just mute.
Actually, I also wanted to call out Chris put a fact up there that Kana-Boon's used to be known as Kana Small Blessing in college. So that's other music you could probably look up by referencing that as well. So you may see the early beginnings of some of their talent
Oh
that
shit.
that's just exploded the to the point where I mean they're like a household name with anyone who's an anime fan now. I mean,
Danny, this right here.
yeah,
Animation wise, there's probably better animated fights, but when you talk about the build up
feelings and the build.
what this fight meant,
Mm-hmm.
what this fight meant, I can't fucking. You might be right. To me, this is my favorite because, like I said, there's probably somebody who's watched all of One Piece and they're just like, this fight in One Piece is it. But for me, emotionally, visually, like each punch that landed from one to another, I felt the pain, like not only physically but emotionally. Like y'all used to be boys, yeah. Like y'all came
Like
from the
like
same upbringing.
like
You
family.
guys were both orphans.
Mhm.
You guys were both looked at outcasts, but one was just immensely talented. One had, the knuckleheaded ninja, like they called him. But they both came up to be the strongest warriors from their respective the Leaf Village. So, oh my god, the emotions leading up to like Naruto is my shit. Big three forever. Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. People go back and forth on Bleach. Nobody's taking Naruto out of that shit for me. I got a number one from Black Akaboshi. I don't know why I love it so much. Where's that one from? Let me see if I can look this up. Unless you start talking about your number one right now, or if you're waiting for Jackie to come.
No, I'll wait for yeah, let's hear which one Black's got there because that sounds familiar during my research.
From Demon Slayer.
Yes, okay.
Which opening?
That's the Morning Star.
It's the train arc. That's what that one is.
The training arc for Morning Star. Morning Star is the English version of that song, yeah, or the English name of that song, yeah. From the training arc, it's dope. I mean, since we're on that subject, he touched on my my number one category there. My number one is Red Lotus by Lisa, which we've already talked about Lisa, but it's just so amazing. I mean, she's just but Demon Slayer in general, the energy, the epicness, the struggle. I mean, oh, and then so
it's the composition of that song as well.
Yeah.
It's like it starts out slow. You're just like, oh my god, like
it's just
this is gonna be it. You're like, I know what this.
You're watching the series for the first time, just seeing the pain, and I mean, whenever this intro came on, it's like reliving that pain of when Tanjiro first comes home, and it's like, man, I didn't know if I could watch that series because you're you're just like, oh my god, dude, how terrible can someone's luck be to
go to the village and sell this charcoal? I'll be back. Come back. Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, everything that he loved in life is laying bloody in the snow. It's like, bro, that was heartbreaking. It was tremendously heartbreaking. And this song just brings it all to bear, but it also shows that determination. I mean, the build and the music just backs up that determination that he has to protect what little he has left, to grow stronger and to strive because whatever he's got to do, this is all the love he has left in the world, and he's going to put everything he can to defend it. And it's just, I mean, it speaks to me. I think it's just amazing music. And if you're into anime now, you've definitely heard this. So that's why it was my number one. Plus, Lisa is just freaking amazing. I mean, we've talked about it already in the show, but I mean, it's just amazing. So,
Jackie, I will say that I am shocked that I don't know what your number one is, that you have not mentioned a single Lisa song.
I know.
Your top. But I digress.
Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay. So when I went into this, I purposely did not want to pick mainstream things. I did not want to pick popular animes because most people have been watching that stuff. You know, like are they familiar with it?
You want to share
Um,
something different.
I wanted now. I not to say that some of this still wouldn't be in like my top 5 or top 10. I like there's still some that's there, but some of it too. Like I just it's nostalgia for me, and I'm trying to bring people into some of like my favorites as well, and that's why I also like wanted to hit on some other animes that some of these bands have been in because it also plays into my like this is what I like to watch type of thing. But when I saw you guys already had Lisa on there, I was like, okay, they're gonna talk about it anyway, so why am I gonna put Lisa in my?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, my brother had
But
bought me a shirt. I didn't even watch Demon Slayer when it first came out. Brother
Right.
got me a shirt and the video game for PS4, I think it was. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen this yet. I'm sure it's good." But then I just decided to check it out, and immediately my 3 boys just immediately loved it. I watch everything in the original Japanese, and they have
yeah,
no idea what's being said. But all 3 of them are just glued to the screen, and with the intro and with this song, it is just so much emotion and power that goes into this. I felt like they really hit the mark. So I had to put it on there as you know I'm a fan of classics and I love some of the obscure stuff especially, but
Yeah.
for something to be so mainstream but have so much passion in it beyond just trying to be popular, you know, like I felt like they touched on some real classical cultural connections and vibes, like as simple as the mask of the master. I mean, if you're to the like I'm half Japanese, so I've been lucky enough to experience some of that in my visits to Okinawa and Japan. And I mean, they convey it so well and bring so much more depth and so forth to like the look, the culture, the behavior of the individuals in this show. So not only do I love the show now, especially because my kids, but I love this song because I feel like it really does capture the emotional drive of this show, of especially you know the first season. So
Yep. Crank this shit up to 11.
dude,
Yeah,
her and then the version that she does of this song where it's the first take and it's just a cappella. Like shut up.
I know it's like wow, dude. It's like
She's just insane, man. She's so good.
that the power of her voice to just convey emotion
Yeah.
is amazing. And like I
Bro.
said, it brings the feels up, man, because the struggle, this man lost everything he loves so quickly, but he's not willing to give up. It is beautiful not only in the sound but in the presentation all together. The art and everything with the intro is just it's beautiful and all encompassing. It lets you see everything that's to come, but not too much. Like Jackie had mentioned earlier, you get tidbits, but you don't get the whole, you know. And I think that kind of hooks you in a way that you don't know everything, so it
Yeah,
builds that interest.
it's crazy how iconic this opening has become. Like Willie was talking about before, she has the opening with Sword Art Online, which is also like a fantastic opening. That's where she
Yes,
got her like up and coming.
kudos. Yeah,
I agree. Like that's how she started. They wanted more of her. But I would argue like this is really what like made her become, in my personal opinion, the queen of just like
and yeah,
right
anime.
now, I think she owns the crown right now of just
Yeah,
the voice, the J-pop, even the openings of animes right now with what she's doing. Like she is reigning supreme right now. At least as a solo artist. If we bring in like bands and stuff, I don't
yeah.
know. That'd be pretty difficult. We'd
Yeah.
really have to do some rankings. But yeah, dude, I don't know. She's just
She like there's nothing. She's batting 1,000, no misses. She just
Yeah.
can't fucking miss. Um, and I don't know if they approach her and be like, "We want you to do a song for this, because when you look at like I said, like when you look at the meanings of the lyrics behind her songs, and
Oh
you
yeah.
just, how does this pair so well with, you know, the struggle that these guys are going through and the emotions and stuff, and obviously Ufotable is like knocking shit out the park anime wise.
Yeah.
Once you hear the song and they're just like, oh, I just have to animate something to this, say less, you know,
Yeah.
watch me work, and they
And
did.
and it just it's like a total reflection of Tanjiro's character in song form, as far as like the meaning behind where she's expressing that he knows he's not strong enough, but he's going to keep striving and to work to become all he can to protect the only thing he loves left in this world. And I mean, it's a real like feel in her voice, but it's also everything you feel from the first episode on. You know, you're just like, wow, they were able to bring it all together in just the intro. I was like, that's excellent.
I mean, this song went viral across the world. Like,
Yeah,
people were doing or covers
just
for
its
it and
impact.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear people playing it all over. I mean,
The
you
first
know,
15 seconds of that song, people like, oh, is that fucking Demon Slayer? You know, it's,
I know, it's like,
Or even people that don't watch anime. Like, I just saw a comment that you shared earlier from someone. They're like, I don't even watch anime, but I know what, like, or I've
Demon
heard of
Slayer,
like
JJK.
XYZ. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
oh yeah, that song everyone talks about. Like, isn't that from that anime you guys watch or something? Like Demon Slayer?
yeah.
Crazy. I love it. My little 12-year-old self is like healing right now.
Why
she
is that?
feels so accepted. Because back then, like, I hid the shit out of all my
Yeah,
anime
it
stuff.
wasn't
No one
something that,
knew. No
yeah.
one knew that I liked anime because I wasn't. Well, because back then I went. So I did go to anime club. I tried it one time in my junior high, and it was junior high for me. It was 7th through ninth grade. They hadn't moved it to like a middle school yet, and haven't put ninth grade to high school. And I went there because we were watching Inuyasha. That was the topic, and we were gonna do other stuff. And I was excited, and I was like, dude, I want to out. Why did everybody there have to be so weird, man? Like, when I mean weird, it is like the
It's
people
so
that are
true though.
just like just uh, I don't know, man. Just I'm not gonna lie. Now, like with those people, I'm probably a part of that, but they're just like just socially awkward people, man. That's just what they are. They're socially
Can I,
awkward. They're very outgoing, and I just like
can I throw a
couldn't vibe
bonus
with
up
them.
here real quick
Yeah,
on why Lisa will forever be mother to me when it
mom,
comes to this?
mama.
Jackie
Yes.
knows what this is.
So, press pause really quick. Sorry. So this is what I was gonna say. If I had to put a Lisa in my top, I'm not kidding. When she came out with this song, have you seen the music video of this
Yes,
song with her
Yeah.
on the beach?
yes.
Need
Tears,
I need I say
tears.
need I say less?
I'm
This
crying.
is I love Gurenge, but I actually think this is my new favorite song of hers. Right here.
And I love this one because it's like first take. You just walk in here,
Yes.
you just put the headphones on, and you just and the emotion she has as she's singing this shit. I'm just so I will say, you know, me and Jackie went and saw this at the theater when it came out. Her first time.
Oh yeah,
I saw a
dude.
bootleg version, right? So I saw a bootleg, but at the end of the version I saw bootlegged, this was playing, like this video was playing as the credits were going up. So this is when we saw it in theater. I was like, Jackie, wait till you see the ending. Like Lisa's about to have you, and it you know, it was a different ending. I was
Yeah.
like, because this shit is so emotionally
Yeah.
charged.
Yeah,
And
I'll always forever be so thankful that Willie is the type of person he is. He's the best person to go watch movies with, man. He will let you cry and he won't look at you or say shit, man. He will let you be in the moment. Sick. Your hair is so cool.
like her voice is so quiet, but when she sings, she has like this power. I'm just like, Jesus.
よならありがとう声の限り悲しみよりもっと大事なこと去りゆく背中に伝えたくてぬくもりと痛みに間に合うようにこのまま続くと思っていた僕らの明日を描いていた呼び合っていた光がまだ胸の奥に熱いのに僕たちは燃え盛る旅の途中で出会い手を取りそして
Remind you, I just finished watching the movie where when Goku's like set your heart ablaze, all of this
Yeah.
stuff. Start singing this shit. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And like I was sick with COVID, bro. It was a mess. My wife is like, the fuck
Oh,
are you
man.
doing up
You
here?
couldn't breathe. You're like,
Like I can't taste my food. I can't breathe through my nose.
okay.
Oh God.
That's so good, dude.
夢が一つ叶うたび僕は君は待ってる強くなりたいと願い泣いた決意を花向けに
Dude, it gets so much better too. Oh my god.
Black's right, man. It's like she's pulling pain from it within her soul. It's like she's able to convey so much emotion, and it just comes across in her voice.
She had to have been like pulling from a place in her life, like to get that kind of like an actor.
Yeah.
She's able to just be in that moment. She can like empathize with the emotion that would be that moment in a special way that, you know, lets her sing with such power.
失いたくない悲しみに飲まれ落ちてしまえば痛みを感じなくなるけれど君の言葉 君の願い
but I don't give a fuck right now.
Yeah. I want to see her in concert so bad.
I'd pay easily pay top money for that.
遠い未来まで
I can't wait till this next season comes out.
Or the movies.
God. Oh yeah, that's right, the movies.
I heard it's gonna be 3 parts because it's so long. Damn.
Hey, you know what? Actually, I
Oh, I'm okay with it. They could make 8-part movie. I'd be fucking in there, but it's like, I just hope that 3-part movie of 2 hours a piece is going to be enough to, get us all the answers and experience we're looking forward to.
Hey, Danny,
Yeah.
for the next Cape Con, I could put something on. If you could get Lisa to come, I'll put something on it.
Yeah.
I'll see what we can do.
I'll sell a kidney.
No
if
pressure.
if you get Lisa to come out, I'll sell a kidney because
If Lisa would come to like a con, it would shut the fucking shit down. I think,
there would be way too many people there. I think I'd be very upset.
like any kind of anime
as
con.
long as
like,
we're there first, it don't matter, Jackie. We get there first. Sorry, 50 plus. That's all the people we can.
You know what? I think so. Sorry, we're getting a little off topic, but I'm that type of person that tries not to like over idolize celebrities because they're just regular people.
Yeah.
She's a very close
must see if she is.
like
Speechless moment.
I
Yeah.
might actually camp overnight if
Yeah, I'd be speechless.
Yes.
just to be like, hey, I just wanted to say hi and tell you I love you and you're amazing.
Just
Like,
stare at her and just be
I think
dumb.
I would camp overnight just to say that to her, and then I'd walk away. I wouldn't even care if she didn't like me after
If
that.
she
I don't give a
acknowledged
shit.
you or anything, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if she just said okay, I'd be like,
I
that's
just
sick.
burn my ears off after that. I don't need to listen to anything else. Just be like done.
Oh my gosh. This shit is just, it's magical. This is what, like, Apple has drugged me to numerous K-pop concerts. I'm like, if you love it, I like it,
Yep.
I should see my mom's over in Okinawa right now.
Yeah.
See if she can find anything that we could get like an actual like CD or something from there that an album or something that she has that we can't get here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
But if she touches foot in the States, she's like, I'm doing a concert in fucking
I'm going.
Juneau, Alaska. I'm like, I don't know why you're there, but Juneau it is.
Hop on this moped. Let's go.
Is Juneau, Alaska a place?
It is.
Yes,
It's the capital
I
of it.
think
Oh.
we'll find it.
You know how I know? Because my son knows everything about geography.
That's true.
He quizzes
LJ
me.
knows every
Right.
capital in the world. You're like,
We're eating dinner. Dad, what's the capital of Botswana? Bro,
that's the kind of questions you get. I get the question like, yeah, you get hit up with the Botswana question. I get
You look at him like,
zombie
what you call me?
beat it. I
It
don't say
just
that.
makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong when I see LJ. Like Apple will post a video of LJ like naming off every flag from every nation, and then
Right.
my son will come up and ask me, "Dad, if a zombie bit my arm and I chopped it off right there, do you think that I'd become a zombie? If I did become," and I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I wish you knew at least the capital of the United States of America. That'd be great. But
Bro.
if zombies attack, I'll answer your question when that comes.
I wasn't at the level. I was probably the level of questioning that your son was at, and look where I'm today. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll be
Mopeds
fine.
to
Yeah, he
Juneau,
will
dude.
be
That's
fine.
what we're gonna call it.
Anyways, I know this ran extra long, but this was a special episode. We wanted to take time and introduce you guys to some of the songs that mean a lot to us, songs that we like. And like I said, descriptions for the YouTube openings and videos and stuff will be put in the description of the video when it's published. And of course, I'll let you guys know when the Spotify playlist is made
Willie,
with everybody's picks. Yes.
I didn't get to do my number one.
Oh no!
Yeah, we got carried away. I'm waiting to hear Jackie
Oh,
drop.
I know her shit, bro. She's a.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
No. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring
Drop
us in.
it on us.
Bring us home.
Ho Ho Ame no Bakudan, also known as Smile Bomb, by Matsuko Mawatari. That's the Japanese version. The English version is by some chick named Sarah White that they randomly found in Texas, and then she
Oh
disappeared.
my gosh. Here you
Yeah,
go.
I looked that up.
Meth, man. Meth's a hell of a drug.
But it's Yu Yu Hakusho. Duh. So
That is your favorite anime of all time.
it's my favorite anime of all time, so it's gonna be my favorite opening. But hey, 112 episodes. It's only got one opening. They just changed up the scenes a little bit throughout the show. But 1992 to 94. It came from an album called Nice Unbalanced. It was recorded in 92, and it actually reached the top 45 92, and it again made charts again in 2005. but I will say it's one of the more famously known openings. A lot of people are just like that nostalgic bop. You know the other song where it's like Maya Naka, I think her name is. She's like, "Stay with me," and everyone's like, "Yes, bitch, I will stay with you." This is like one of those nostalgic ones that I will listen to the Japanese version. I will listen to the English version. It almost sounds like the exact same person singing it, but it's not. It's just really great. Like, put it on.
Let it ride.
Let it ride. I just
Got a rap section in your composition. I'm here for it.
wait till we talk about endings, dude. Like a lot of my
4-hour
endings
episode.
have artists that sound very much like this. It's just, I love it.
Such classic 90s, man.
Yeah, dude, I just love it.
Everybody has like that power bullet with the bang.
Oh yeah, dude. And it's like your typical, like, here's some scenes, here's some characters. There's nothing really any crazy about it. It's just got a lot of just the vibes, the art, the everything is just so fun to listen to. The music, like,
It's an overall good time.
it's just a great opening. Whenever you listen to it, you're like, dude, I can't wait to watch this. And
Now-
there's no real chorus either. That's the other thing too. Like when you listen to the song, there's no real break between knowing where the build up or anything is. It's just a vibe the whole time.
Now let me ask you this, Jackie. If Yu Yu Hakusho was not like your undisputed GOAT for best anime, would this song have made your list? It's hard to separate the two. I know you're like, I can't.
Yeah, because the feels of one to the other.
You know what? No.
Because I could say if I didn't like Naruto as much as I did and invested so much into it, like I couldn't say that Silhouette was the best.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would have been my number one. I think that there is one song that I have in my head that I know is like I listen to all the time. I just listened to it yesterday. That I didn't even have on my top, but I listen to that song even regardless of the show. But
Mhm.
I just think of sometimes with some of these I think of the opening and the certain scenes that just make me go like, oh god, I love this part because I'm like matching the scene to it. And I don't know, this just reminds me of when I was again like second, third grade watching because this was on Toonami, not
Yeah.
just a swim. And I would run home, make sure I hurried up and did my homework, especially on Fridays, so that way I could watch this shit because I think it came up after Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And then, like what I watched all the time. This is back when I used to read fan fiction. I used to write fan fiction, and all of it was always about Yu Yu Hakusho and Inuyasha. But I love the girl in general. Like she just came out with this like bop, and then she just kind of dipped after that. Like she made some songs, she was a known singer, but like she didn't really like continue after the 90s. Like she was 25 years old when she recorded it. I think she's like 65 now or something like that. I can't remember.
Mm.
But then the English version, what I thought was funny is that they just found some bitch named Sarah White who was from Texas, and some guy said, I want you to listen to the song and I want you to sing it. She goes, okay. And she did, and then she left. I don't understand why that was the choice, but she sounds just as good, and the English version sounds just as amazing. So I don't know. Studio Pierrot, as we talked about with Naruto.
Yeah.
I say more. But yeah, it's the only opening. It is the opening, the song for Yu Yu Hakusho. I will forever always nice. But yeah, if I didn't like Yu Yu Hakusho as much, I don't know if it would be it wouldn't be I don't think it would be in my top 5.
I think it's hard because all of them have somewhat of a significance. The song is great, or the music is great, the intro is great, but because of the show that it is linked to, gives it so much more significance. You know, I mean, it's something that it is somewhat unique to anime in a sense that not very many animation style series or movies outside of the Japanese version have this much dedicated, you know, I mean, to them this is a huge thing, whereas, you know, it's not the same here. Like our closest thing would maybe be a Disney movie with a you know, like a banging soundtrack like Tarzan, where Phil Collins went crazy. But the rest of it, I mean, it's not on the same level where weekly you're getting, you know, this show that just ends up having so much memories and emotions attached to it that of course the music becomes, you know, linked to those, you know.
And Yu Yu Hakusho influenced a lot
It did.
after it came out, so it's.
I would say it probably put it probably made popular the tournament arcs and a lot of things. Like they're just like, oh
Yeah.
shit, we could throw one in
Yeah.
ours now. You know.
Yeah.
I think their tournament arc is still
The best.
one of the best, if not the best. You know.
Yeah,
All right.
that's my number one.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Everybody picked the it's a solid list. I would say it's a solid list. If we weren't already at 3 hours, I would say if there's one song, like if I gave you 2 honorable mentions, would you be able to say this song would have been it?
This song right here that I just did my number
No,
one,
no, no,
or
no. Like what if you knew if there was a song that just missed your list, and I was like, okay, 2 honorable mentions.
oh, I already know.
What is it?
Oh, it's the third opening of Jujutsu Kaisen, the first part.
Well done. Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier. You're
Yeah.
like, man,
It's either that or I would say Kaiju number 8's opening because I really like their opening. But it's all in English, so I tried to stick more with J-pop, J-rock, so that's the only reason why I didn't choose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my honorable mention. I fucking love that opening.
Mine would I forget. I think it's opening number 6 for Bleach. It's Alone's.
Yes.
The Uriba.
My times.
Uriba. How hard it was. Like I was I'm like, Alone's got to be on there.
Yeah.
This, that, and I'm just like, wait a minute, but I got to put that on there, and I got to put that. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
no, oh
It
no.
was tough, man. It was even like the third opening of Demon Slayer with the Sound Hashira arc
Oh,
with like the
by
Red Light
Amir?
District. I love that opening.
That is probably my favorite one.
I love that opening. I love even the animation, him as a Hashira, I fucking love.
Yeah.
But I love that season. That was my most I love Gurenge. I love the first opening, but I just like
Grinch is iconic, but
Yeah.
fuck, I think it's Shangzhou or whatever.
I
That
can't
shit,
remember.
like Amir.
It's just
I'm
fun,
just like,
man.
keep that shit going on. I like Adamas by Lisa for Sword Art Online,
Yep.
like Alicization towards. Anyway, like there's a list, but
So much.
shit, this might be a 2-parter. We might do the
A
first.
reattack.
And
You
then
got to
the
do a
last.
reattack with it.
No, we're gonna release this in 2 parts. I don't want to slap y'all with 3 hours of us fawning over our favorite anime songs, but I liked it. Bro, we went 3 hours talking about anime thing, and we had up to 10 people watching us live doing it. So
yeah, and they a lot of people threw out some good info too. And a lot of it matched up with some of the stuff we were already talking about. Lets you know that hey, we're on the right track for some of these because it shows that it's appeal to so many different people because other people are throwing out similar things to our list, if not the exact same stuff. So that shows its impact across the board.
I love it. I had a good time tonight. I was looking forward to this show.
Yeah.
Either way. So with that being said, Jackie, would you like to do top 5 endings for our next show?
I would love to.
I felt it. It was she already has them, dude. She probably has
I already know. Like I actually have a top 5. Like I already know what they are.
It's like I would love to do a top 5, and I'm just like, yeah, next one we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about Frieren, you know, and she'd probably be like, oh, I'm down to do that.
Frieren almost made my top, but then I was like, you know what? No.
Wow. Well, the anime is amazing. She just doesn't think the opening's amazing. So, take that for what it is, anime. Either way, 2 weeks from now, I believe we'll be entering the Thanksgiving era. So
yeah, so we won't be able to do that because I'll be
So
gone.
let's probably for the first Thursday in December, which I don't know what that is.
Probably won't be able to do that either. I will be in San Diego for TDY.
The 12th.
That is patch night.
The 19th.
But wait,
No,
well,
you know what
do
we
we
could
have
do?
to do it Thursday? Can we do a different?
Yeah, we could do a different day.
Yeah, let's do a
How
different
about
day.
you let us know when.
I
in
will tell
December.
you guys like what this looks like because I got my schedules doped out for the next month right now.
Yeah.
Like next week, for example, I am working like 16-hour days Monday through Wednesday, but I'm gonna be off Thursday and Friday. The week after that, we'll be gone in New Hampshire for Thanksgiving. The week after that, I'll be TDY, and then the 7th, the week of the 7th, though. Oh no, that's patch night. No, patch night. I
Like
don't
I
know
said,
what
you
I'm
just
at.
let us know. Let us know the earliest in
I'll
December.
message you. I'll message you.
Because we're gonna take a break for Thanksgiving and everybody hang out and be with fam and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
I
and
was
then
looking at the
we
wrong
want to
month.
get one show in before we roll into Christmas and stuff. So
We have
wanna
to.
we got to do it. And if possible, I know it'll be crazy. Towards the end of December, if we can make it, kind of talk about our favorite animes that dropped this year. You know what I'm saying?
Close out like
Well,
year.
we're not so we might go somewhere for Christmas, but we're not going home for the holidays, so we'll be like in
Just
Vegas around the holiday time.
just around. We'll QC it, but I think that'd be something dope. Just a little eat the cake anime awards, if you will. Shout
I
out.
would love to do that.
Okay. So stay tuned to the channel and we'll let you know when our next show is. Expect to see an ad or promo or something for it. But like we said, we got lives, we're doing busy stuff over here, but we do not want to let you guys go without any kind of entertainment or show from us. So unless you guys have anything to add.
Nope. Thanks for joining and listening to our
everybody.
music.
All right. So also I will let you guys know when that playlist is set up and when the video will be dropping. So with all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 9 of Eat the Cake Anime. As always, take care and we'll see you next time. Peace.